hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Brad was making fun of me.
He was?
About that.
Well, poo-poo on him.
Hi, this is P. Patricia.
Mariah.
PM Artist Studio.
Yes, I wouldn't say we're necessarily here with bells on, but it's as close as it's going to get. Oh.
P has taken some inspiration from her days of batiking and is now recreating the look and feel on the plate. The Sydney Zea designs have also inspired this journey through batik and even into new masking orbs. Have you seen them orbs? How about our orbs?
Sometimes they're called balls.
Sometimes. This stream will showcase many of the ways our stencils are created through the process of P's art and then background, and then then we do that, and then we do this thing, and then we go, hey, Brad, can you fix that? There you go.
What is it? What is he fixing?
I don't know. That's what we're, because sometimes the stencil needs a little work.
I thought we were talking about right now, and I was like, well, I didn't even notice anything was wrong. That's how far gone I am.
I'm leaving this up because I've got to stay on task.
This is a very early morning.
The giveaway. And good morning to all of you. I will get over there in just a second to say hello to those of you that are popping in, but I kind of see Penka and Kelly and Cindy and Jolynn, and we got some peoples coming in. All right, that's awesome. Be sure to let us know that you are in the chat. We love to say hello to you. We will interact with you. If you want me to say something or, get P to do something or have questions, please just hit the @PM, and especially if you are on your desktop. It doesn't always work on the phone. It doesn't alert me, but that still does. If you see the @PM thing, I will work on that. If you do want to use all caps, please do it just for those questions and then turn them off. I don't like feeling like I'm getting yelled at. So there you go. There's a little chat etiquette that we like. We do have moderators. Lisa's here. Haven't seen, I don't know if Violet, I think Robin's going to be here a little later. So, we have moderators. They're people with little wrenches. Yeah, they're very helpful as well.
She's being affected by the daylight savings time syndrome also. Yes,
and she's in California, so it's super early. All right, so the giveaway. Remember, we are still, we're moving close. Man,
Didn't we put something else in?
We did. When we talked about that on Thursday Thoughts, we put in some paper artsy stamps. And then a couple other maybe little things here and there. But the giveaway is growing. How do you enter the giveaway? You come back to this video or one of the previous live streams where we talk about this giveaway. I think maybe we're on 4 or 5 back at this point. But leave a comment. Tell us what you liked about the stream. Let us know that you watched the stream. It's okay if you do it fast forward. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just let us know.
Or you can just lie.
That's okay too. That's on you. Whatever. Yeah. But do leave a comment. If you are outside of the United States of America, let us know. If I don't already know that. Some of you already know that. So that's fine. And then eventually, once we hit that 3,000 subscriber mark, we will do the big wheel of spinny spin spin. Probably going to do 3 giveaways in the U.S. and the one outside. The one outside, sorry, it's going to be a little bit smaller of a thing, but it is what it is.
It's going to be special.
But it'll be special. We'll make it special. Probably a lot of stencils.
And maybe some original artwork.
And definitely some original artwork. Because that we can supply.
Yes.
Might even make some today.
You never know.
You never know.
Hey, if you win and there's something you especially liked, you can always say.
That's right. All right, March Madness. That's coming up. Woohoo! I don't know if you guys have seen any of the scheduled things, but an email and a bunch of other notifications will go out, so that way you guys will have lists and be able to click through to those. And the Thursday ones and the Sunday ones will stay the same. Like, we're going to go at our Sunday time, and then our Thursday Thoughts, the 3 o'clock stream will be the Thursday Thoughts. So you will only be able to have access to that over there on the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. If you aren't a member, you need to pop over there, answer the questions, become part of the makers. We have lots of crazy, awesome things going on. In fact, that brings me to my third note. The Makers Creative Collab. Boy, she is just struggling to make it through this. Going for the gold.
I've already heard all this.
It's happening this next week. We are very excited. For those of you that are in the chat here and that are my YouTubers, your links are due on the 16th. the collab then goes public on Saturday. So
There we go.
next Saturday. There you go. All right, you may.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, wait. So batiking. Hold on. We have some examples. See, she's wearing some.
Wearing some. This is my wild woman. Actually, I think it's a bathrobe, but
You know,
anyway,
she wears it.
I have reassigned its function.
You can
I'll
do that. Yeah.
Okay, I don't really know how to hold this up other than just.
Yeah, just in this area.
Here, I'll give you this side without the accoutrements,
Yeah.
and then we'll turn it around because this is Mariah's little invention here.
Oh,
I
this is
did
a
the
hat. Yeah. I did this one. This is mine.
She did that one, and it really needs.
It
It's
needs
kind
more
of greasy.
It needs more ironing out. It still had some of the wax.
Yeah, and you can tell because it's still got a lot of the crackling.
And hello, Kathy and Vanessa. We got the board crafter here. That's Tracy. Hello, Rennie. Darcy. Oh, Jackie's here. Awesome. April. Oh, good. April's with us.
Showing you the back of this because the front is faded.
Yeah, it's at a little bit of a sunny spot in our old house, and I just didn't realize,
difference.
yeah, how much it had faded.
Yeah.
Now,
Now, it's like everything. The really wonderful batiks that I have were given away as gifts.
I was not, I did not get a notice on all that.
Well, you know, that was back in the day. I had those as gifts, and I didn't have enough money to buy comparable items at the store.
Oh, well,
so that's what you do.
Well, that's better than
Yeah.
I think.
And you know, they're out in the world.
So there you go.
There you go. And the ones that we couldn't show you are huge.
We do have some. They're just very large.
On the wall, and the other one, one of my favorites is I have this screen that I batik, but it's behind a table that has many boxes on the top and many boxes on the underneath side.
We've discussed the table.
And
I didn't want the table to come in, but she was so adamant about this darn table. It just arrived. And she's like, she set it up, and then of course it started collecting things. It's kind of built in.
it is, and it would be hazardous to your health to try to remove the screen from the
Yes.
Yeah, something would definitely fall.
One day we'll give you guys a tour if she ever cleans her room. There you go.
I just have other things to do. I mean, you know, it's clean enough.
Is it?
No, not really, but I don't want to talk about that right now.
True
Am
that.
I done?
You're done.
Thank
Move on over. We'll go to the little screens. All right, guys. There we go. Awesome sauce.
No, I should have kind of did a little more organizing.
Shoulda, woulda. Oh, really?
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
All right. Hey, there's the art book. That's one of the things in the giveaway.
It is, and this is
me
just
a little
a
bit.
lovely little
Move you a
book.
little bit.
It's alphabetized, and I enjoy it.
Hey, and we're going to be bringing that into the March Madness quite a bit. Like, we're going to be referencing things in the art book.
Yes, we are. We're going to do a little bit of art history, which is one of my favorite subjects.
Diane says mess and piles of inspiration. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We should be inspired out the wazoo.
Yeah, really, seriously, we don't need any more
I
inspiration
could use a little less
for the next
inspiration.
10 years. We got that covered. Oh, and I have stencils stuck
Oh,
to
hello, Dana. You are new.
tissue paper. I have to unearth these because I'm going to actually
Are
use
new to
them.
the chat. I know
Use them.
sometimes you guys kind of hang out and... Aha! Look at Robin. She's here.
Hey, she's here. Oh, my goodness.
I know. It was kind of weird. Like, I didn't feel... like Mom said, or P said, it'll be later on when it hits us that, you know, they've messed with our whole clock.
When it's dark time and I'm going, okay,
It's weird.
it's dark, I have to go to bed. Oh, it's only 6 o'clock. Oh, my God.
Well,
I don't, it's just psychologically, it just hits me.
Yeah, because we've jumped forward, so...
Here, I'll let you look at this excellent print while I'm picking here. Was pulled on Thursday Thoughts with some kind of unusual things happening there. This was because the stencil was still wet from doing this, and I flipped it because it had to go that way.
Oh, that was from Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Thursday.
Yeah, that's why you guys show up for the Thursday Thoughts. You get to see things like that.
Yeah.
We usually try to do a little bit of a, you know.
And see, here it is.
That is totally fine, Dana. Lurk away.
Here it is.
Hello, Leslie.
Yes.
Good morning.
Lurk. We don't care. I lurk a lot.
She's a lurker.
And it's partially, oh my gosh.
She can't type that fast. So by the time she like gets what she said, the moment has moved on.
It's very frustrating for me. Okay, look, we've got a gel plate we can work with right off the bat.
Oh, good. Sharon enjoyed the replay of Thursday Thoughts. They are always available. That's the thing. Like, it doesn't go away. It's just in order to have access to the unlisted link, you do need to be a part of Makers.
Oh, and here, well,
Hey, Debbie. I think I may have said
I want
hello.
to talk about that a little bit. You know, here I am shuffling around. It really drives me crazy when people do this, but
I think it just is
you
life.
know, it's really entertaining for me when I'm doing it. It's like vacuuming. I don't mind vacuuming, but I don't like listening to it.
No,
I don't know. We'll figure this all
I
out.
like the end result of vacuuming.
And I don't know these, whether, what I did is I picked prints that need work and prints that are done. And you know, if I have a question about, I just put it aside and look at it.
We call those the IDKs. I don't know yet. Maybe it should be IDKY.
I just wanted to talk about this because, you know, I need to reiterate.
I didn't post this in the group. I didn't do the screenshot. I showed your ointment and, and
God,
the soap.
well, as long as we've got our priorities set here. Okay, well, here we go.
I will post this.
Well, this is open to the world. Now you,
Sorry.
since Mariah didn't
Do my
post it.
job.
Oh, that's all right. I don't really care.
Nobody's asked me.
Nobody's asked
you. Gotta
you?
remind me.
Okay, well, there were lots of comments on the composition aspect of this. Now,
Fran would like to know.
Fran would like to know what?
Is P going to be doing more reds and oranges? She needs reds.
You know, it's interesting. Now, don't get me off. Just help me remember that.
Okay.
Because I have... Oh, I can't
Why is
show
our
you that
lighting
because
different?
it's one of my cards. One of my postcards.
Oh, you can't sneak that?
I can't.
Are you
because
sure?
Well, I don't know. Am I allowed?
You can do whatever you want.
Well, you know, thank you.
You are the leader of the non-YouTubers,
Okay,
so I feel
well,
like...
I know, but, you know, everybody's doing little sneak peeks. They're not just, like, flipping the whole thing out.
Well,
there.
you aren't showing all of them, so technically it would be a sneak peek.
I know, but I have to go through them in order to find one, and you'll have to look at the back of my head while I do that.
Oh.
I guess we could change screens, and you could entertain the troops while I'm do a little, you know.
I don't juggle.
Well, oh, yeah, you can tap dance.
Hey, Chris.
Okay, let's get back to this real quickly, because, and I hope Julie, is it
Hey,
okay?
Randy.
Okay, Julie contacted me last night.
I don't think she's here. Remember, it is like...
Oh yeah, she's one of our Aussies.
Yeah. Now, Diane's here, but that's because some car alarm was going on.
God, isn't that annoying? Especially when it's your own.
Well, remember that we even had a stream that one day that I was like, okay, God, they've got somebody.
It was horrible. Well, I
Work that
remember
out.
sitting in, this was when I still lived in Riona, sitting there, and the car alarm's going off, and I got, oh my God, that is so annoying.
Was it yours?
And then I walked out the front door, and it sounded like it was coming from our garage, and I'm going, how can this be? Sure enough, my husband was sitting there at the table, and he had the key fob in his pocket, and it was pressing against, you know, his, I swear to God, the man had a pound of change in his pocket at all times.
That's not what I thought she was going to say.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Naughty, naughty.
And anyway, it was him, and I said, oh my God, we're one of those people. Anyway, back to composition.
All right.
Those corners, and I left a message, and Judy, I love your composition that you've got going on. The black corner is really making me a little crazy, and I really would like for you to address that. You know, you've got a beautiful thing going on there. Do not emphasize your corner, and, you know, just say, oh my gosh, I don't have any
And
purple.
the reason
I
that
guess I'm going to put some right down there.
the reason you don't do that
it.
is because you don't want to take people off the page. It's kind of like, you know...
Or just make them, that's all I can look at.
Yeah.
Is that right there.
And then you...
And you don't get around to the rest of it.
to hang out and,
Yeah.
It's kind of like inviting somebody to a party and then showing them the exit very quickly.
Yeah. Well, there's some people I've invited that I would like to have
Well,
done
there's
that.
some parties I would have been like,
Okay.
can I go?
All right. Repeat shapes. Interrupt horizontal lines. Also interrupt vertical lines.
Kathy is enjoying your
Interrupt
composition.
diagonal lines, because those really do take you. It's just, can you imagine yourself on the side of a hill and you're just falling off?
Yeah.
You need to stop that business.
Keep them on the page. Keep them
'em
in
on
the
the
party. Come on, y'all.
Keep them back in. And the way you do that is repeating things, especially if you have little bright color spots hither and yon. That's a really good way to do that. All right, now Mariah is going to post that little
Yeah, I will actually put
lovely.
it in the
I know.
photo
I
box
spent
and
a
make
lot
it
of time
pretty.
on that. You can tell. It was the back side of one of my papers. You know, when you have when inspiration hits, you just grab whatever's handy and write on it.
Grab that blue
That's-
Sharpie and...
That's how I do it.
Actually, that's the marks a lot, isn't it?
Well, I wanted to change some of the colors so that you would be able to focus on it.
Hello, Carrie. Good
All right.
morning.
I'm putting that aside for now.
He says there's many people I've shown the door.
Well, and then
Yeah.
there's those that, you kind of have to give them a bit more of a foot in the behind to get them out the door,
Yeah.
because they didn't get the first subtle.
Turn out the lights, the party's over.
Yeah. Or, Mariah's father would just go to bed and then just leave me out there with those people. And, you need to lock up or whatever, and they're still sitting around and yammering about stuff and drinking your expensive liquor. Okay. So.
That was a long time ago.
Oh, yes, very long time ago.
Good morning, Estella.
This one doesn't need anything. I'm putting it over here in the done pile.
Oh, and Leanne. Hello.
Oh, yeah, I found this. I was looking for this.
All right. And I saw something about
What?
biscuit. I don't know.
Save your tissues.
Oh, that's Carrie's dog, I think.
Really?
Look at Darcy. Look at you, knowing things. Lois is here. Good morning.
Well, I'll tell you what. I had a sneezing attack this morning. It just, I was afraid it wasn't going to stop. I was going to have
Jeanette.
to cancel the... All right, you can see these. These are too light. These are going to be overed.
Over.
This one, this one, we have unity here, but we don't really have interesting things other than just texture. This is a good background, but it needs some work. This one here is just pale and pukey.
She loved it when it first came off because she
Yeah.
thought she had something, which
Well,
she did.
Yeah, I did. I was able to.
Now we're over that.
I'm over that. That's why I say put them aside. All right, here we are. This was just kind of, and let me show you what I
I think
did.
that's when we were playing around trying to get some Mardi Gras business going.
It was, and it just went dark.
Sometimes Mardi Gras does. I've been
And
there.
the way it went dark was I see those little glimmers of that froggy green in
Hey,
there.
Ann. Good morning.
Well, I overdid the froggy green, and I left these that I cut off the outside because it's driving me crazy.
Sharon says it's stunning.
Is it? Bless your
Well,
heart.
you know Mo will be all in. She's like, what's wrong here? Other than that, she'd be mad at the purple.
Yeah, because it's kind of that pinky violet purple.
It is a little brighter.
But I went over it with this, went on top of this to create this, and that's why I left that. But I cut it off so that you could really appreciate how many actual layers. I think that there are 5 different layers.
Well,
here.
and the shimmer there, is that the copper? I think that's the Arteza copper, isn't it?
No, it's gold with pink over the top.
Oh, it's gold with pink over the top. That's how you make copper.
Yeah.
There you
If
go.
you don't have copper, that works.
You know,
You can
learning
see it.
things
Here
right
it
out
is.
of the gate.
Right here. Right here.
The art hasn't even started, but the learning has. There you go.
That's a good one. Bam. Okay.
Bam.
I love this one. I don't think it really needs anything. I like this one. You know,
Randy would like to know, can I ask what the end game is? What will the papers be used for? Most of the time, they get cut up and sent out to you guys. Or if there's some bigger ones, and we know that, like, if you guys place an order and you ask for one, if she's willing to give it up, she will.
Yeah, and don't be upset if I don't give it up.
Yeah.
Just keep asking because
She will fall out of
I
love.
change my, yeah.
Or she'll forget about it and I'll come find it.
I'll find a new boyfriend.
Yeah, she does that
I'm fickle like that.
with her art.
Okay, here is a good example of dark.
We've also made books.
Oh, we make books, yes. I collage.
Yeah, we've collaged with them.
I'm a closet collager.
Yeah, she doesn't like because it takes her forever.
Yeah.
It's about as
I have collages over there.
fascinating as mixing paint.
Yeah, I do a lot of thought.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There we go.
Now, I thought this one was lovely, but there were some kind of negative comments that it looked like black blobs. And really, this is one of those things. And I was talking to Mariah. We were discussing what we were going to do for March Madness. And I said, you know, there was this artist that I saw when we were in Seattle on spring break, many years ago. I would go to the art museum, or I would hang out in the bar and meet people and be social. And I would go to the museum. It was really great in Seattle because the museum was right across the street from this really great bar that had excellent
food, too.
Oh, my God, the food. They had...
It was a nice restaurant with a nice bar, really,
Yes.
is what it was.
Yeah, and they did flights. You understand flights?
You guys been out in the world in a while?
Yeah.
You remember those?
Well...
Air flights.
That was my first experience with those. They also had wonderful oysters on the half shell, remember?
Yes.
Oh.
I love that place.
Yes.
I don't
I
remember
would move to Seattle in a New York minute if I could. I loved it.
I love Seattle.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I liked the people. Their transportation system was awesome.
Yes.
Anyway, okay. So how did
You guys
that...
want to know some things like that.
Oh, yes. Okay, so get back where I was going with this. Sometimes the art that you see is
Toby.
Mark Toby. You can look at his stuff in a book, and it's absolutely... It's not captured at all. I stood in front of his painting, and I mean, I felt blessed to be there. I felt honored to be there. And to be able to stand in front of a painting and know that the artist also stood there, I mean, I don't know, chills. See, I have chills when I think about that. Okay, well, this is kind of...
book. He's in the art book.
He is in the art book. And...
our UK crowd doesn't know with the beer flight or a, liquor whiskey. They now have like whiskey ones or, depending on where you go. But
And
they're
it's
little samples.
Yeah, and they're little glasses about this big.
They're usually, 2 to 4 ounces? I think 4 ounces or something
Yeah, and there's like
that.
six different... And it's a really good way to decide, what you want to drink
Fun
full
way
time.
to get,
To
prepped.
try out different things. Because they had a lot of local breweries that were represented and were only available locally. They didn't even distribute nationally, so we didn't know.
Oh, Carrie says he loves Seattle too. Do they still have the underground market? Well, we haven't been in years. I mean, I was 30
I don't know.
the last time we went.
Well, they had Pike Street.
That was 12 years ago.
Yes, they did. Remember, we went down. Yeah, and street
But
musicians.
still, like with COVID, he doesn't. That's probably why he's asking. We don't know.
It's really unfortunate because I'm sure a lot of those little businesses are. I don't know.
sharing they're up in that area.
Yeah, I love
us know,
Seattle.
Sharon. Do you know?
I loved it. I love the weather.
Yeah.
I like rain. I like dark, gloomy days. I hate sunshine. When you have skin my color, sunshine is not your friend. And I'm not a beach person. I go to the mountains.
Oh, Eva would like. She wants you to finish about Mark Toby.
Oh, Mark Toby. Well, should I just? I can show that in the book, but
It's just not quite the same.
it's not the same, and I can't. And see this lovely little bookmark here. This is part of our original when we
That's
were
funny,
starting to
Carla.
make stencils, and I would draw these little things out. And I said, Mariah, I want this. But what I didn't connect in my brain was that when you have pieces that are not attached, they're going to fall out. I have a whole bag of these somewhere. They're quite marvelous.
That never really became a stencil because, once you start taking it apart, it doesn't quite have the same. We haven't worked through that
But
one.
anyway, you have all these little wonderful little pieces that, actually you could put those on. and-
Leanne turns into a lobster as well.
Yeah.
Seattle is very British weather, Carrie says.
Ah, well, I loved it. Okay, here's a note to myself, February.
Yes, Fran, those are Franken stencils.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to hold this up because this is Mark Toby. Now, Mariah, you can tell me, am I getting a good
I think
shot?
almost as good as you're going to get. Because the thing is it really just doesn't show the depth of the
Okay,
piece.
can you read the small print, Mariah?
Okay.
The top of the book there.
Yes.
She's going to try to do that without hitting my camera. Oh, and look how
It
good
is
this
small.
looks on top of here. I need to get these out so I can use them for masks.
Yeah, that looks fantastic there. You should just glue it on.
I should just glue it on.
We can make more.
Yeah.
I have the files.
Okay, I'm considering this one done for now. It might not be later.
I haven't showed. I have a short for that one. All right, so you want me to read the Mark Toby thing?
Please.
It is super tiny.
Yeah.
The surface of the paper swarms with maybe it's minute, yes, abstract signs and scratches of the paint, creating, and this is, so scratches, sgraffito.
Yes, he will be featured when we do sgraffito.
Yes, apparently chaotic pattern. The frenetic?
Frenetic. Yeah, that means like
Rhythm created by the intense and delicate lines is typical of Toby's style. Yes, and he was inspired, so this is what I read, and I'm not reading anymore this little tiny print. His big inspiration was travel, Middle Eastern, and then was also inspired by Arabic calligraphy and just mark making. A lot like what we did in that whole mark making series. So he is he kind of really represents that whole sgraffito type of thing that we have been talking about along with the mark making.
Yes.
This is why having something like this around is really cool because you can flip through it.
And I if I'm really at a total standstill, which doesn't happen very often, or if I'm just bored and I know I don't have time to start anything, I just get that out and leaf through it and look at things because there are so many ideas that I get that are prompted by what I see there. And that's, we'll talk more about that later. All right, here we go. I like this one.
Cindy Webb is an RN, says that one looked like a molecule, and that is true. We
Yeah.
were going to call that one something molecular, but again, once we started making more into stencil, it lost sort of that thing.
Yeah.
Margalo is here. Hello.
I know. I really like the little orby balls. They're wonderful. Okay, this is a fabulous example of...
They're called Sydney orbs. That's what we're calling them.
I want to call them Zea balls, but...
Yeah.
That was... Okay, see, I was trying to flick that off there, but it's actually on there.
Yeah,
this was leftover stuff from another thing, but look at this. Now, this was totally unintentional. But somebody said, well, I don't like putting my paint directly on the... gel plate because you get these little bloops. Hey, you can use that to your advantage because see these little bloops? Look at that. It created a lovely rhythm here, which when I was talking about drawing your eye around, well, this is sort of your area of emphasis, these two right here together, because that's the only place that there are tiny little dots. Now we have dots repeated throughout, but these right here are smallish and very different. So even though we do have the motif repeated in various sizes, because of the contrast here, this is where you look first. And I love this little thing over here. It looks like a really miserable frog. And this is just a mask that I made with an old piece of Yupo and punching holes in it. Okay, here's a lovely little one, but we're going to print over it. So we'll put that over there.
Hello, Carol. Sorry I missed you this morning.
All right, I like this. I'm a little upset about the blue just being around the edges, but there's little spots of it hither and yon. So right now, that's considered done, Cease.
I'm going to adjust the color a little bit here because we're getting some...
I love this. I don't know that it's done, but for now it is. I think it has beautiful layers. You've got some lovely contrast going on here. You follow the lines around and find the yellow. I think it's good. It's a good composition. I love this one, even the little piece over here that obviously it either needs gluing down or removed or something. Anyway, I like this one a lot.
Hey, Peg!
I think it's very quintessentially batik.
Yes.
And check this out over here.
This is the one with the crazy skin thing on the end.
Yeah, look at. I mean, I don't know how. I do know how that happened, but you know, it doesn't happen often. And even though that is a weird thing over here in the corner, see this? And I tell you never to emphasize.
That one's
look
okay.
at this.
Because it's different.
You know, I could just flip it back and make it.
Diane says murdery pole. Yeah, there was actually some discussion on this one, but I took the sound out because I wasn't sure everybody would understand.
That's not helping anything. I think that's what I'll do. I'll just pull that back over and glue it down.
Point it in.
Yeah, so that the little things are going in rather than out.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, problem solved. Bam.
Solving problems.
Okay, I'm going to do this over again because this pink is making me puke.
Pukey pink.
And this needs more. Oh, here it is. Look, I was looking for that.
All right, are you going to flip through the pile or just use them and...
I'm flipping through the pile to discover what I'm going to use, and you just need to calm down, all right?
All righty. Let us know.
Seriously, this one's done. Look at these lovely textures, the little bits of blue out there.
A little grunginess.
Grunginess. Okay, now we're back to where we started last week, and I really think that...
Okay.
Oh, no, we
See,
didn't.
I should have just held off for just a moment.
Yeah, you were just a bit...
I was just looking at the pile going, oh gosh, are we going to go through the whole thing?
Anticipatory.
I love that, but it needs more.
Isn't that wonderful?
Or
now,
you can
what I
collage.
have... Yeah, collage paper. What I have noticed, and the reason I don't keep using these, is because it's not going to absorb where the paint is. You know, when I put it down and press it to get the paint to come up, it's not going to be cooperative where their areas of the paint are.
Really? Have you noticed
Not so
that
much.
lately? Because you've been using more of those, like, repetitively, like,
Yeah.
more layers on the one same sheet.
Okay, I really love this. I don't know if it's finished, but it is for now.
Yeah, I do like that. And what would be great for that is, like, so those pieces are awesome because if you do something with it on the gel plate, you may lose the whole thing. But what you can do is come back with sprays, watercolors, things of that nature that are less, oh my gosh, like, holy cow, what happened?
Yeah, because we know that it's going to keep the color where the acrylic is.
Yeah.
But we
It's
have
a resist.
lots of paper.
Yeah.
Lots
Which
of
is a lot like the batiking.
Yeah. Okay, I'm loving this. I love the orange and the blue. That was kind of an accidental one. I'm liking this.
When did you do those? I don't even remember. I think this was some, after-hour sessions.
Okay, we're going to work on that one. I like this. I think it's extremely subtle, but I like it. I'm not doing anything to that right now. Same with this. It may be a really great background for right now. I'm leaving.
Oh, and that bad boy right there that's frame worthy.
This is, and this could be. I would do nothing to this. It's beautiful. I don't know how many layers are represented there, but many.
Oh, Fran said even though there was pink on that one, she still loved it.
Well, it's not going to be pink anymore.
She's gonna, yeah.
I'm going to show you how to cancel that out. All right, now I tried something here and it didn't work.
That's a good idea too.
I like this one. I really need to cut those apart because I don't want to mess that up.
Tuned her.
Oh, hello. Long time.
I know. I noticed she put up a video the other day. I need to check it out.
Well, you need to send me I didn't see it.
She has more time to watch videos.
I do. But I didn't see this. I really love this. Again, this is my two favorite color combinations, blue and orange.
Yeah.
At least right now.
I love some blue and orange too.
Okay, this needs work, but we're going to work on that. I like this one. This one.
Is it? I'm wondering if it's. I think it's Dana. Because it's Dayna. Is there a problem with pink? Some of us here have a problem with pink. Yeah, I love pink, but that's why we say it's pukey pink. It's just it can be a little much sometimes.
Okay, now this one is again. You really just have to be right in front of it to appreciate its qualities, because it does have them. I'm not getting rid of that.
All right, Leanne. We'll
This one,
catch you in the replay.
this is quintessentially batik.
Don't touch that one, Michelle says.
This should take you to Indonesia.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is lovely. It kind of looks like weather in Seattle. But when we were there, we were very blessed. We had beautiful weather, and everyone kept saying,
"This is not normal.
This isn't normal."
We're like, "Well, we'll take it."
I mean, we did get rained on a couple times.
A little bit, but overall, it was really kind of nice. It was like morning stuff, and then by the afternoon, we were kind of able to get where we're going. It would rain a little bit more. Then sun would kind of come out. It was great.
Mm-hmm. And that was post-op knee surgery too, so I was going up and down hills because I was still using a cane.
Yeah, I walked.
And oh my goodness, yeah, I would just get back and I would just be exhausted.
Well, that's
but happy exhausted.
Yes.
Yeah, because and they had a wonderful Asian market that's huge.
Oh yeah.
And that's where we got some of those those wonderful teas. Oh yeah, I loved Seattle. Okay, this needs work. And it doesn't need a lot, but just needs something.
Carrie says he's trying to embrace pink, but it's still a bit of a spiky hug.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I do it for Mariah's benefit. Okay, I'm not sure what happened on this.
Oh, Frances Turner-esque was the gray one.
Yes. Very much so. Because you can see here, I don't know what that is. It's some stencil. I can see the circles a little bit.
That's funny, Margola.
Okay, well, wow, this is yellow. That's kind of my other pink. Yeah, that needs work. I love this one, but I just really, I want to do some dark on top of it. Well, this is very
So you are going through the whole
non-committal. Yeah,
she said she wasn't,
more or
but then
less.
she did.
And I don't know.
Nah.
Oh, I want to do something with this because I just think this is so wonderful. It's my brayer off, or my slap off.
Flop off.
Yeah, it's a little above because you can see
it's slappy and floppy.
It's brayered, slappy, floppy, flip flop, and I think this
Drip
is
drop.
Drip drop. We're going to start with that.
Okay.
Because I won't feel bad if I screw that
I
up.
think there's only 2 more.
Okay, this is kind of the same as the other one. You know, it's really a nice turquoise, but let's do something to that baby. All right. Well, we're going to start off with this one, and I'll have to get out the big plate, but that's okay. Well, now where to put those that I can fetch them.
Yes, and not lose your stencils. I swear, she needs I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. 'Cause it's
okay, here's what I need. I've decided. I need a circular table about, 3 or 4 feet. 3 or 4 feet
in depth.
But I am completely surrounded by this circle, and I'm in the middle, and I can put all my stuff all the way around and be in a row in a twisty chair, and I'll have access to everything.
And then we'll have the camera on like one of the how they do in the movies with the little on the
on a rail track. Yeah, absolutely.
Goals, y'all, goals.
Yeah. So when we win the lottery, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to use
Dana
this today.
says you need a personal assistant. Well, I'm kind of that sometimes.
I don't really like that idea because then Mariah's my personal assistant. She hides things from me. She says she doesn't. She says she's just organizing. But I know as soon as she says the O word, oh yeah, I'm going to be looking for some stuff.
Oh, Brad's here. Hey, Brad.
Yeah, okay, this is my crocheted
that's
bags from the grocery store. And I'm going to use these because I just think they would be marvelous. I did have a box wrapped down because it was kind of on the tenuous edge over there, but Mariah's reorganized. Yeah.
Oh, Tunder, I think we need to reach out to Tunder in the private message.
Yes.
We'll do that.
Did she say she wants to talk to us?
Well, no, she's got stuff going on, and we need to check in with her.
Okay, yeah. Oh, and I should show you You know, every now and then, Mariah doesn't, when I tell her I throw something away, she does a little jig.
Vanessa says you need baskets to keep. Vanessa,
Vanessa, you just don't
It's beyond
know.
baskets.
But look at this.
We've got baskets.
See, I dabbed the paint on the top so
That
I
was
could
brilliant.
instantly find my, and it's right here next to the edge. All right, here we go.
Oh, Erin, I'm so glad you're here. Just, lurk away.
Yeah, you don't have to say anything, and I understand about typing. I'm really slow on the uptake on that one.
She's not feeling well.
Oh, she isn't?
No.
Well, just lie back and just watch. Have your coffee?
She's done flipping through the piles, I hope.
I need to move my coffee because I'll
Yeah.
be knocking it over here. I don't know where to put it
See?
without placing it on something. Okay.
I
I don't want to put that over there.
Oh, you guys have the P-cam. See, you can now see the things that I just sit there going, okay. That looks dangerous.
I really, you know, I only have, and my
Oh, she said, Michelle says you need a keyhole table.
keyhole table. Well, that sounds very interesting.
I'm looking that up.
Is that really something that's for sure?
But then, see, there's just, yeah. There's so many things. It's one thing leads to another.
Yeah. Isn't there some one thing?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm just pulling
Here,
this
I'm going to back out. I
off
zoomed in.
because
There we go. Now, do let me know if you guys want us to get a little closer. I've got the Zoom thing going today. I turned it on.
yeah, that's always beneficial.
Sometimes I forget. But I got it on.
And it's one of those things that you have to make the decision to start off with it. And I am going to, after I did all that, I'll tell you what, Mariah, we have to have...
Yes, Kathy, we might have a coffee stage.
If Brad is lurking,
Yes, Brad is lurking.
Brad, I need more of these things so that I can flip them.
She would like more acrylic.
Of the
sheets.
big ones because, ooh,
Yep.
what was that?
I have no idea, but I saw something float by.
Yeah, I did too. Oh.
I don't know if it came from above or if it was stuck below.
And see, this is where I run my thing over. It's one of my little
Oh, yes,
thingies.
Carla, that's a fantastic. She's thinking about baker's racks with trays, like a cafeteria. We've talked about that, like for drying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The problem is that we're just kind of out of space up here. So
Yeah.
There's things that
Yeah,
decisions.
there are things going on. All right, well, now let's talk about the color that we're going to put down here. I'm thinking orange, and I want transparent because I want everything to show through. What? What?
Dana would like to know what is at the top of the screen. It looks like 2 hot dogs. We're getting
This
to-
is my brayers
Yeah.
that I have up there.
That does look
I
like-
know. I really wish these had beautiful wooden handles, but the price was right.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's funny.
okay, yeah. Is that annoying?
Well, yeah, the clanking, yeah, a little bit.
Oh, no, I'm talking about, did I get them out of the
Oh,
picture frame?
the hot dogs, I guess they were. There's just a little tip showing.
Well, I don't know what to do with them.
You're going to use them here in a minute.
I'm going to use them here in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, so back to the thing at hand here. I have 2 choices here.
Hey, Deb. I'm so
Okay,
glad
I
you're
have
here.
an open, transparent red iron oxide, which is lovely.
Yes.
And then I have this one, quinacridone burnt orange, which I love it. You can see it has a little bit more red to it than the transparent red iron oxide. So I think we're going to go with this because at this point I'm not really worried about this being open because I'm just placing a color on top of this. I'm not going to be stenciling and doing...
And explain open a little bit because we've got a lot of new people.
Oh, open, yes. Open, that means that there's more time to mess about because they have a retarder built into the formula. And you know, I know that this is a bit off, but I was reading the other day, go to the open site and read about all of the different products. It's very...
Golden site.
The golden site. It's extremely informative. You will be happy you did it. What I learned was when you're using the retarder, you should never put any more than 1/5 ratio to your 1:5. One part, because if you do too much, it completely mats out your color.
There you go. And we were talking about, there was a lot of question about that. Remember, Sharon, Texture Junkies, she was asking that, I think, one day, or there was conversation, I know Sharon was part of that, in Makers.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're not part of Makers, Mixed
Mariah,
Media Art and
is
Arts
the
Facebook
cord
group.
off the cart? Can I turn?
Cord is off the cart.
Excellent.
We worry about that.
Now, if you want to up your, what do I say? If you want to gloss things up a bit, the best thing you can use is tar gel or a gloss.
Easy with that tar gel.
Well, it's very syrupy.
Yes.
Anyway, so you don't want to use a lot if you want to lose your or you will lose the body, the heavy body paint. But I put some in my new favorite mix with Lucas Krill, and we're going to see how that works. I haven't used it yet.
There we go.
Okay, all right. Now, I'm just thinking this is going to be lovely, just like it is. I don't think I need any more stenciling. I've got enough busy stuff going on out there.
Oh, thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, that's my decision. Sticking to it. Might not be the right one. We have a little bit of mucky muck on the plate, which is okay because it looks like it's going to be kind of the same color.
Oh, I appreciate that. Oh, yes.
Now, I am using a little bit more paint because this paper that this is on is the craft paper, and it has tooth.
It's, yeah.
I think it's craft paper.
Or is that the Paycon? That looks like the Paycon.
I don't know what this is.
I'm thinking that's the the
The print.
But it's the print.
Okay. All right. So and it's the toothy side.
Yeah.
This side's the smooth side. Okay. Well, for whatever reason that happened, I don't know. I probably just grabbed it and... Anyway, did you notice I cleaned up my...
Oh, Brad says what's nice about that orange is it complements almost every color.
Hey, good point. That could be why it is one of my very, very favorite go-tos. If then I don't want to get my
Kathy asks, what about the gloss gel medium?
Gloss gel medium is another good one that they recommend, you know, to if you want to
amp up your color a bit. It boosts it a bit.
Yeah, boost it a bit. I don't know, that may be too dry. I should have flipped this. Oh yeah.
You got lucky.
Yeah, I did. Okay, that's some nice stuff. All right, let's get some. Oh, and I've got to talk about those. But I think I'll save those for Thirsty Thoughts.
Lots to do. Lots to do.
Lots to do. Now, this is, you know, somebody said, well, how do you know when to pull? You just pull enough prints that you figure it out.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the butterfly talking to the caterpillar. I can't tell you what it's like to be a butterfly. You wouldn't understand. You got to pull enough prints that you just start getting the feel for it.
Because there's so many variables.
There's so many variables, and here's one of them. The paint was too damn dry.
Well, you knew that.
I knew it.
But
I don't care. Look at that. Now that is bloody awesome. Oh, come on. Now, here's the other thing. Okay, all of this Goo Gah stuff around the corner.
Just trimming.
And it's like, I can remember putting a mat around my artwork and going, oh my gosh, that makes it real artwork. And this is the same thing. When you get rid of all the crap around the corners.
The business.
The stuff that you know, is just there incidentally. Then all of a sudden, you have
a finished piece.
Look at this.
Sharon would like you to explain batik.
Look at this. Oh, holy cow. Well, my suggestion is that you look up the definition. The reason that I think I can relate to transparent colors more than opaque colors is because when you're doing batik, what you do is the wax is what is. I'm going to use that. So
Well, I'm going to stop her real quick.
I'm throwing this away.
I'm very happy about that. Batik is a process of dyeing fabric.
Yes.
Typically Indonesian. There are other countries that do similar things, but it is typically associated. In fact, the institution of batik, or like it's a national thing. They even teach it in schools there.
Yes. And I was very lucky because my instructor
Had been.
at Tech was, she'd been to Indonesia many times.
Yeah.
Many times.
And it is a process of resist dyeing using wax,
And a tool.
a janti.
Where-
Spelled with a T, by the way. Said like janti, but...
Yeah. And you scoop out your wet wax. Now, this is not to say, this is this is what we have adapted. If they are making mass ones, they have a thing called a chop. And it's...
Chap. It looks like chap.
Yeah. And there's a J in there.
Yeah.
And you would dip it. They use a more resinous wax. Now, this is probably more than you wanted to know. I'm telling you how to build the clock. Just, it's a resist process using
dye
wax and overlays of color and wax. Color, wax, color,
But
wax.
it has a very recognizable look
Yes.
to it. And
well,
that's
if you
what
hold
we're...
those up. Hold that one up. The batik.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm going to be in the tiny screen, but, here you guys go. Remember?
Where the lines are is where the wax went. And you go from light to dark. And, of course, your colors are transparent. Yeah.
And each layer of wax holds that color.
This is a really lovely,
There you
I
go.
love it.
Do
This-
crayons work? There are ways to
To do
kind of...
that, but
And some people... I know that some classes have been given because over APG Jamie, she has taken classes because she's used some of it on her videos, and they did kind of a similar batik style to paper, so you probably could.
yeah. Absolutely.
But the color comes from the dye,
Yeah.
not from the wax.
And you paint the color on.
Yeah.
Now, if you do a traditional batik, they would
They dip it.
immerse each one in a dye vat. And indigo was a dye that was used a lot.
Yeah.
And that's why I love that blue. Okay, enough of that.
Hello, Rita and Marcia.
Rita and Marcia, hello. Remember we were cutting these and making them into masks for the plate, and this is I don't really like that corner.
When Lisa did it in school, they used crayons.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of, you can use crayons. The color is not so good.
But I think it
You'll get the idea of it, yes.
Yeah. Maybe that would be fun to do sometime.
Yeah.
Because we've been trying to think about ways to show it. So
Yeah.
that would be...
Okay.
She's Frankenstenciling.
All right, so what I have the print up here. Can you see this print?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got the print up there, and I'm loving the background. I want to save some of that background. So what I'm doing with these things that I cut out from the edge of the...
In-betweens.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it goes on the pitch. We're okay with that. It doesn't even matter if it overlaps. And I'm just looking on here on an area where I would really, I like it. You got to be careful because this Yupo will pull up your paint on
Yeah.
your...
Yeah. Lisa says it wasn't vivid, it was the technique. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got the idea of the resist. All right, now as I'm placing these down here, I'm placing them with the...
And Sharon's asking how does the batik process apply to the gel plate?
Well, you're fixing to see, sweetheart. Just stay tuned.
We're getting to it.
We're getting to it. I know this may be a circuitous...
Oh. There's a word.
But, and I don't want to get it too heavy. Okay, that's going to leave that up there. I don't really like that, but I don't have anything to mask it with.
Diane. Diane's helping us out. She says, Sharon. So basically, P is using the mask in place of the wax.
Thank you. Dear Lord.
It takes a village here.
It takes a village. Sometimes when I'm doing this, I can't think the words. I can't.
And yes, thank you, Estella, because I didn't.
I can't make words.
It popped up there. I need to extend out my chat so I can see a bit more. I got it kind of shrunk up.
Okay, now I've kind of got edges, but I think I'm going to take care of that with my color choice. Which, now we talk about color choice.
Oh, the color choice.
Ah. All right. So remember the anthraquinone
RQ blue is what
RQ
Diane
blue.
has noticed.
I mixed it with super thick gel from the Crafter's Workshop.
Yes, Cindy, it is you.
The reason I did that, and I don't have any retarder in here, but I wanted it to be a little juicier. And I didn't so much want the retarder because you know what we get into when we use the retarder. It takes forever for something to dry.
Yeah, because
and then I'm going, oh man, that's really bumming me out because I can't pull that print because I'm waiting for it to dry. And I just, when you have these stencils and you have multiples of them out here, you kind of have to do this, and you're using more paint than you probably would normally. I kind of have a tendency to overpaint. I do not like to have to come back and put more paint on because all you do is pull off what you've already got on a dry. Yeah. Okay. You all know how I feel about that. All right, I'm trying to make this.
And those stuck down very nicely because it was pretty much directly to the plate. There's some stuff there, obviously.
Yes.
But.
And also they haven't been used a lot and they don't have a lot of texture on them.
Citation. No worries. This is literally the first pull.
Yeah.
Well, sort of second. Sorry, second. I apologize.
Yeah. Okay, I've used up all my crap tissue paper. All right, now this is part of, you don't have to do this. I just like it because it kind of leaves some of those little crackly looking, because we're this is faux. We're not batiking here. We're just kind of trying to get some of the influence of batik, and I don't know why that keeps doing that. It's because my arm keeps going there and wrinkling the paper. All right, now we're pulling this stuff off.
She looks cute, but now we're deciding that the...
Oh, no!
Oh, Frankenstencil!
Pulled one off.
Yeah, see,
And I can't even see where they are anymore and where...
There you go. Now, see, if you kind of get it started, then you can see some white bits and grab for the white bits.
Grab for the white bits. Oh, and my stencil is...
Is that how you get the crackle? Yes, with the kind of doing the dauby bit with the wrinkled up tissue.
Yeah, and we'll do some more of that. I don't see. This is one of the reasons that you use very loosey-goosey paint. I mean, paint that stays wet for a long time. It's because it takes a bit to pick all this off. And I don't know that there's enough there, but
Yeah.
Oh, here.
Look at her go. Look at her lining that up. She remembered.
Now I just hope that the paint was still wet enough to stick to...
Now, it would be for Fran.
It would be.
I tell you, that girl, they have the best humidity. She doesn't really need retarder there.
And I have a feeling that Seattle is much the same way.
Maybe where Sharon's at, yeah. It's dry here. I mean, it is Dallas, but it's not, summertime when it's been raining and steamy. It's wintertime.
Well, here we go. I want to show you this because this is what happens.
But I still like that. I think it's actually good. Well, you missed the middle dried up on you.
Middle dried up. That's interesting because the outside is usually what?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, that's no worries because we'll just fix that right now.
You can use your dragonfly.
You could. That would be a safe bet.
Safe bet.
I want to pick up some more of this orange, and I want to dull out the blue, so I'm going with this shapeshifter shuffle paint. Mariah can translate and tell you what it really is. I can't remember. It's an S word.
Oh, shuttle arts.
Yeah.
Color shift. Color change.
Color
no, that's the folk art. Or no, that is the color, sorry, the shuttle stuff.
And it's in orange.
Does it say orange?
It says orange.
It says orange on top.
I like that. But they're not, you know, floofing it up with anything. They're just...
Some of them are floofier than others.
Some.
With the name.
Yeah.
Is what we're saying.
You know, I don't know that this is going to work, but whatever.
Fran says she will need retarder when the summer comes. All right. Oh, and yeah, Carrie's in Wales, and he doesn't, yeah, he doesn't need the retarder.
I'm going to turn this around.
Okay.
Because I already have some of the stuff at the top.
There you go. Hey, that's kind of, I think that's going to be really interesting.
And you also have to remember that when you're doing paint on paint, which is when you're using a print, it's always a good idea to have that print dry, which this one wasn't. Sometimes this is just do what I say.
Do as I say, not as I do.
As parents, we all understand that. I'm just laughing because I'm thinking of Izzy, and yeah, this will have to wait for Thirsty Thoughts. It's totally inappropriate. Okay.
There you go. Remind us.
Yeah. She just says some of the funniest things. Okay, I'm really loving this, and I'm really
Give it a minute. Give it a minute.
Wanting this to come off here, and it's not going to, so that's all right. We got other things to do here, folks.
You got an hour.
There's no lagging here. All right, let's bring this one in. Let's see. What about this? Are you feeling it?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, so let's talk about our color wheel here. Where's my color wheel? I had it.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, the owl clip. Poor little old. I really do need to do another one of these. This is such a sad looking
We do
little
have that
sucker.
available on our website for download.
Okay. This is where you get out your color wheel. All right, so I don't like the green.
Is it green?
Well, it's kind of bluey green. I don't really like it.
I think it's kind of a... And normally I'm the, you know...
I want it to be another... See, that's what it's going to look like. That's what I'm going to be picking up here. And look, we can even do this because we know that it's dry. So we can put this down on top of this and say, oh, that's going to become a whole lot better.
I like it.
A whole lot better. So what I think we're going to do... We don't even need this color wheel anymore. Oh, well, you know, it's going to be going over, and this is probably going to be a little bit green, but I'm going to use my old favorite here.
Thank you, Lisa.
Transparent red iron oxide in the quick stuff. Because I don't have to do anything. I don't have to mess around with stencils. I've already got that done.
Diane says to laminate it.
Laminate it. What does that mean?
I don't know. Hurry, Diane. Explain.
Yeah.
She's probably already done something. She won't use the clear ones. I keep asking. If that's what you're...
What is she talking about?
I don't know. Brad's saying beautiful tower's still there. I don't know what that means. Do you think you blew out your underneath?
No.
No?
It's there. It's just...
Oh.
It's there. Just subtle.
Yes, Diane. That would be we even have one of those little machines that's stuffed away in a closet somewhere, but it's to laminate your color wheel.
Oh, yeah, but you know what it'd do? It'd be all shiny and everybody would be going, I can't see it because your lights are in the middle of it.
The blowout.
All right, well.
We can make another one.
Yes. And I need to because some of the colors on there are really poopy. Okay.
Are you going to pull it?
No, it's not ready.
Okay. It needs to
ripen. It needs to ripen. We've got a lot of ripeners today. Okay, well this is really ugly.
I tell you that that stencil looks like brains. It has a very brainy, especially when you
that really,
make it all murdery.
you know, I need something. I need something that's, you know, really has a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe that
Pattern to it.
Oh, I like that. Maybe. Oh yes, that's very.
I do. I like
looking.
that too. Look at how it just outlines those little wormy.
See, that's like the wax. How like where the wax would have held in probably the material.
I'm going to leave this down here since, you know, that's where it's going to go. And see, I can pick some places because this plate is smaller than, that's my 8x6 originally. Okay, now we have to talk about what we're going to pull this with.
Oh, Leslie's saying, okay, it's a beautiful tower still there in a story. All right, sorry, Leslie.
The beautiful what?
I think they're talking about the Goonies thing, maybe. There's just some chat about Goonies and.
Does that have anything to do with what we're doing?
Not necessarily.
Oh. Let's keep it on task.
Okay, keep it on task.
Keep it on task, and I just turned around there and let's see about this.
Ooh. Murdery again. Too much ready pink. I liked the blue one.
She likes the blue one.
Hurry, y'all. Help me out.
Well, let's try this.
That's gonna be murdery. I like it though. It's more fiery than. Yes, P has a plethora of plates.
Yes, I do. And we like to keep those plates ready to go.
Yes.
At the ready, at the ready, at the ready. Well,
Fran likes the murdery.
me too. You know, I don't think you can go wrong with this color selection here. And we're going to help it out a little bit with some orange red from the shuttle art people.
Yeah, you really like a lot. Well, what's the cool thing about those shuttle arts is that they're very reasonably priced. I don't know what their price these days
Semi-transparent.
because things keep changing. And they come with some pretty awesome, already kind of more colors than some of the other sets. Lisa used a bunch of them too. And she got a different brand, but we are all thoroughly convinced that they all kind of come from the same place.
Yeah, they do. I think they come out of the same vat. They just put different labels on.
Yeah. It's just who's paying for the label. The paint's from the same place. That's the packaging.
It's the packaging. Now, remember when I told you that
Exactly, Laura.
the whole thing about when you are printing on top of already printed matter, you need to allow those to ripen, because what are you doing? You're not using an absorbent surface.
Hey, Mouse.
You're using one that already has a layer of plastic on it. That's what acrylic is. And you just need to let these have time to kind of clutch on to each other. I think that's a pretty good explanation. Sometimes
I think that was beautiful.
Surprise myself with my
In-depth thoughts
yeah.
coming out of her mouth.
Yeah. No less. And I think this is going to be
Hey, Felicia.
this is going to be a stunner. And I mean, before it was kind of a
Mouse she wants to know, is it hard to keep your flowy clothes clean? It's hard to keep any of her clothes. It doesn't matter if they're flowy or not. She's got paint on all of it.
I haven't gotten any paint on this yet.
Not yet. No. The sleeves are high enough. There you
Yeah.
go. You can kind of roll her up.
It's just this brayering arm that always gets. Okay, this is a little bit.
she needs kind of like one high sleeve.
Yeah.
The
There we
brayer
go.
arm, high sleeve.
Boy, I need to put some lotion on it.
Yeah.
Dry and fluffy looking. And all right, now this is going to be lovely. All right, we need to turn this over and see what's going to happen there.
Everybody kind of has paint on their sleeves.
I don't know anybody that.
Yeah. Well, we don't go anywhere.
All
anyway.
the people that I hang out with, you know, they.
Tishan says a true artist wears their art. That's right.
I like that.
Yeah.
I do like that.
I wear printer's sleeves, yes.
Okay, I do love this because it's got some of that kind of mucky stuff on it.
I like that better. I like that better.
Oh my gosh, look at this though. Mm-hmm. Okay, that says Batik.
Yeah, it's kind of when
It is perfecto. Okay, do you see how I'm doing this? I just leave some stuff on the plates, let it dry, come back to it with, you know, not so wonderful gel pulls, and you come up with something like this, which is, oh man, if I can get that to come off there like that, that is going to be a stunner.
Yeah, I think P gets more of the shoulder, the brayer, the brayer elbow.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, the brayer shoulder thing.
I mean, when I first started doing, I mean, y'all remember the first time that you were messing with your plate and you just couldn't stop because you just kept thinking of something else to do, and you were just learning things so rapidly that it was like a drug-induced high.
Oh, Mouse is being sweet. She says, your clothes are so pretty. I'd worry about wearing something so pretty while I'm near paint.
Oh, well, thank you. You don't know how old this is. This is probably 25 years old. And it has holes in it, and I just keep sewing them up. If I held it up to the light, you would think it'd been shot with a shotgun. But, you know, the front part looks good. Alrighty, so we know we do not want to alter this color a whole lot. Just a little bit. Oh, this is the dilemma.
Can I roll something in front of you and then you can just shoot it down and be all, you know.
Yeah, I'm already agreeing with you. It's over here. I think I'll go with blue.
Oh, there, see? Yay! Yay!
You know, that's kind of...
It adds the sparkle.
It's a bit of cheesiness. Just the right amount of cheesiness.
But it gets the job done. Now, you could use, like, just a matte, or like a matte or a gel medium.
Yeah, you could.
But, you know, why not add a little sparkle if you can?
And it's not something that, you know, is going to be horribly... Okay, my problem with using this is you really have to make sure. It's hard to get it just right. If you make it leave it too juicy out there, it takes forever to dry. Yeah. And we would kind of like to do, you know, something other than... But if you...
She is, Mouse.
If you do... get too much off, then you haven't. And see how I turned this around? I want more of the gooey stuff on this end to not obstruct the pattern that's underneath.
Oh.
Because what this is saying to you is this would have been waxed on, the white part, and then you came over with maybe just, you know, another dippity doodah, and
it was like you almost did so you then put the green in, so you would have waxed on the mandala.
Waxed on, yeah.
Then put the green. Then what you would have done is put a coat of, like, kind of just lightly waxed. Not heavy wax to lock it all in, because then that's what was leaving your sketchy kind of bits of the blue.
Well, and the technique that you use to do that is you take another piece of paper, fabric, you kind of wad it up with some dye on it with the gel. Remember
the gel, because you did that one.
Anyway, it's seaweed gel, and then you can kind of just lay it down flat and just gently push those areas that you want to get this on
smudgy,
a little smushy. Yeah, and I have done that.
Tishan Tops says her favorite patchwork dress fell apart every time it was washed. My mom sewed it back together every time. She was an enabler. We understand that.
Absolutely. Oh, and my other one, I have another one of these. I love these things. Whenever I find them, I buy them.
Yes. Okay, so Carrie wants to know, is there a thing called such as clear acrylic paint? Well, that's the matte mediums. That's really all that is.
Yeah.
So you can
the gloss or matte.
Yeah, you can pull it with that.
You can pull it with that.
And then depending on if you want to sort of dull out the color slightly, because the matte's going to do that, or bump up the color slightly, is going to be the gloss.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye, Tracy.
It's got two. Thanks for coming. this is, and I can tell because it's kind of wrinkly out there. But yeah, I probably didn't get enough of that off.
Oh, Mouse wants to know which part of your clothes are the batik. That's the sleeve part.
This pink right here.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's some others, and here's one down here.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of see that little line
Sort
right
of
there.
even looks kind of like the Zea balls, or the, you know.
Yeah.
See, she has me saying it. Sydney. The Sydney orbs.
Sydney orbs.
Mm-hmm.
Orbies. Orbies. Okay, what do we got going here? Well, let's...
Oh, and well, you can use the impasto would be another one. It's
Yeah.
going to be a little bit closer to your matte.
Yeah, and you know, I don't...
Somewhere in between, really. It's kind of weird stuff.
I don't know that I would use the impasto
On the plate.
on the plate.
Direct.
I just don't know.
She mixes the paint with it.
Yeah, I do. All right, well, let's get back to some of our biggies that we've got over here since we've got a plate. I want to show.
Exactly. Tisha says any acrylic medium essentially is clear paint. That is.
Yes. Essentially. Some of it just works better than others for because, and the other thing, this capital GAC, and then it'll have a number after it.
What are you saying now?
GAC. The golden,
Yes. GAC. Mm-hmm. Hello, Linda.
I don't know if trying to find my golden.
Yes, yes, that's exactly what we're kind of saying there, Linda, is that a gel medium would work.
Okay, right in the back of this notebook is that golden thing, and that information is towards the back of the art of the printout that I did. All right, now I want you to look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Jelly Shellies.
Oh yes, this is new.
This is. I requested something that had wispy lines in it, and this is what my designer brought me. Isn't it absolutely?
This is a Brad, because it's repetitive and
yes. I said I need something, and okay. So Mariah, she says, "Oh, that won't do. There's not enough border around the outside."
Oh, there.
So she whipped this down on the thing and had this cut in two, and I don't know who received the other part.
And Laura.
You got the other half of this. I was just going, don't do that.
I chopped it.
She chopped it
Because
before.
it's not quite like what you would get, so it's you know.
Yeah, we also have it in this form.
I don't know if they're up right now, but it will be by the end of the day.
Okay, now what I want is I'm thinking about this.
Yes, Laura R. Thank you.
And the reason is because this is like pretty plain. I don't have a lot of stuff to work with there.
It's a background.
It's a background. And what I want is I want to do the blue on here. And then instead of pulling all of this off, I'm going to do my rolled up tissue technique. You know, to get some, because there's lots of spaces here. This is more of a linear rather than it's definitely a stencil. It's not a mask.
Jelly Shelly.
Jelly Shelly. Ain't she purty? Little.
There you go. I'm pretty excited about this.
I am too. Brad, are you watching?
Give us a thumbs up there, Brad. Oh, looks like fish scales, wrinkled old fish.
Zooming through the water. Okay, we need to get a new.
Aw, Christy's here. Hello, Christy. She says, hi, PM. Loving the batik brings back lots of memories. See?
Oh, I know. See, I used to do it in the garage, and whenever anybody
Christy's mom was the one who sewed this. Remember this, Christy? I still got it.
We don't get rid of things. We just...
very rarely.
Yeah.
Brad is here.
Okay, I'm really pushing on this because I want it to suck down onto that surface and really give me nice lines.
And she's using the 9x12 stencil on the 8x10 plate. Just so you guys know what's happening there.
I mean, I want to take off just the right amount. Boy, I need more tissue. I'm getting overloaded here. And I'll tell you what, the cheap tissue
It has purpose
works
here.
better than this fancy stuff for this. All right, now you probably will reach a point where you say, okay, I don't know, maybe that's good enough. And then you remove your stencil and hopefully your paint is going to be wet enough.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that felt really...
What?
And see, I'm going to have to guess on this one because I don't have it on a transparent.
It is called Jelly Shelly.
Jelly Shelly.
Or Francis Shelly Jelly.
Shelly Jelly, whatever. Yeah.
It'll be up on our site later on. I don't think it's up there right now. Brad could go down there and do that. He was supposed to do that yesterday.
Oh, I'm not going to do that. See, this I just really want to see what it looks like. I want to see if it's adhering. And I'm so spoiled. I love those transparent plates. Brad, we got to go get some more of those.
We'll make a trip to the hardware store today.
Yeah. I mean, I could even do that. Now, let's see. Oh, I can tell by the way that's looking that that's not a good.
It's bubbly.
Bubbly.
It's wet.
Bubble. See that bubble?
Oh, and then Carrie was saying a technique he sometimes uses on the plate is he puts down a slightly thick layer of paint, lay the sheet of tissue paper over the top, pinch it slightly in areas, remove the tissue, and it leaves the cracks.
Ah.
Yes. And we know that just from sometimes even when you just lay down the tissue, it sort of pulls in like that anyway, and you accidentally get that.
Okay. Trying to see if I've got anything over here. It's ready to pull.
Diana says you should have registered that. LOL. Haha.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. All right. Well, sounds like it's dry. Something's dry. What you getting there? I think some of it, more of it, is on the plate.
Do you think, Mariah? Gosh.
Did it pull, no, but it didn't pull some off of the print onto the plate.
Oh, no. It just mostly pulled off. See? It pulled. That came from here. Well, now we know.
Yep.
Okay.
What you gonna do there? You're just gonna pull it.
I'm gonna pull it with another color. I don't want to use that.
Are you gonna try to get it on that print though?
Yeah.
All right.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. See, what I'll do is I'll make sure that most of the heavy color is down on this end rather than this end.
Yes, Carla. They are just plexiglass. Got them at the hardware store. And they came pre-cut. And then some hardware stores, if they have like the cutting machine, you can actually have them cut custom. Yes, and you can get similar looks with, we don't use alcohol inks on the plate.
I just don't use alcohol inks much anymore because I don't, it hurts me. I have this problem.
Bye, Felicia. Thanks for stopping
with
by.
sensitive skin anyway. So the alcohol ink, I mean, it just dries me out to the point that, I mean, my tips of my fingers will actually be bleeding.
Yeah.
And that's not fun.
Well, that's some brown business you got going on there.
It is, and I've got open on here so I can make some executive decisions, and I've decided I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use something else.
Are you going to stencil alone or something? Okay. You could put a stencil down on that and get more pattern. And oh, no. Okay. I like that. I like this. I think. Hopefully.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's going to be too dark.
It's going to be too dark. I just, you know what I'm thinking? I'm just going to go ahead and...
Put her over there. You got a little wonky on
that one. White on white is just my nemesis. because I think that this is going to stand on its own, and I think it would just be obfuscating a lot of what we have really beautiful things going on there if we put it on top of this. We'll do something with that, but this is not it.
Oh, you're cutting.
What?
So, oh, Fran, her cutting plates. Oh, like from like the Sizzix thing, like the die cutter plates. That would probably. But they're getting warped.
What's getting warped? Oh.
Oh, welcome, Christy. Welcome, welcome. We got another Christy. A CH.
All right, this is going to dry, and the reason is because I used open. And I wanted to do that because I thought it'd give me a little more wiggling around time and I wouldn't be pulling a dry print. Here, what's this? Oh, let's see if that's going to come off. I'm not seeing any wrinkles.
That's good.
Still slightly damp. Or cold. It just could be cold.
It is kind of near the window. Although it's pretty warm today. It's not. It has been chilly.
Leaving a little bit of stuff behind.
But not much. Just kind of in those heavier spots.
Yeah.
But I love that. Because again, you can even come back with the sprays if you don't want that white there.
Yeah, I don't
watercolor,
know.
or
You
whatever.
might have a bit of penetration problems because of the layer of.
But you can come through the backside.
You can come through the backside. You can do that. We do know that. Okay, I think that's a keeper. I love it just like it is. It's wonderful. It has lots of personality. All right, let's do something with this bad boy since we have it empty. Is that the size of our plate? More or less. Okay, so we have a little bit of blue down here. There's not enough in this spot, but I'm going to go over. I think I'm going to use blue anyway. And use the other size.
That's the 5x7.
Yeah, this is a 5x7. Okay, so we're going to do basically the same thing we just did with the other one.
And he put it up to the edge, which is, something
Yeah.
that, we're kind of playing with is whether to leave the margin on the plate or the margin around. So that's something fun.
It really is, because now that I've got this, I can flip this over and I can match it up. So I've got that little bit of that same thing all the way around the edge. So it will be almost like a framing device. I'm using the Prussian blue.
Oh, yes.
Golden
Okay, good.
open.
You guys worked that out with the plates. There's some conversation about using what kind of plates that would get you the same as the plexiglass, like some different options.
Yeah. My feeling about it is these are just ever so slightly thin. I would like them a little bit thicker.
Weren't a lot of options.
Yeah.
I would say that has to do with supply chain, because there used to be, at one point in time, different options there, and some of them were quite thick. But I didn't see any of that.
Yes, because and especially if you get bigger ones, you want those a little bit thick because they're going to go wonky on you.
Yeah, the bigger the plate, what you're going to hold, you want a little more firmer.
I'm not throwing those away just quite yet because I think once they
Right.
harden up a bit, they're going to be delightful.
There you go.
What is it?
That's funny. No, I was laughing at your, let the paint dry on your smusher crackle
on your tissue. Yeah. Now, you can tell this is a little bit more green.
Oh, yeah,
See?
that is a good idea. A clear clipboard.
Oh.
There you go.
Now, this is the, oh, I can't do that. This is the tricky part.
Well, I don't think you have to be,
You don't.
spot
You just
on
want to
with
make
that
sure that
particular-
it's not going off the page.
Yeah. Well, I think this is going to, I have high hopes for this, Pete, just so you know.
Do you? Me too, Mariah. We both have high expectations here on this bugger. Okay, need to take just a little bit more off because I want enough of the lines are going to show.
Yeah, more registration. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm registering this. Watch this.
Oh, looky there.
Ooh.
Hopefully, part of this is an eyesight thing. Just FYI. I'm not beaming.
Yes, it is. And try not to get the frosted ones. They kind of add a little bit of an extra filmy thing that's not great. But as Mariah said,
it's kind of what was there.
It was what was available. And sometimes you just got to go with what you got to go.
Now, we could have gotten some of the bigger sheets and cut them in half. I didn't really think about that.
Well, that's what Brad did the last time, right? To make my little ones.
Mm-hmm. But see, that's when they still had those thicker sheets. But Heather had a good idea about using those clear clipboards. That would also work.
Look at that.
All right, here, give it a second. I'm going to zoom in. I got to find my zoomer. There we go.
Now, you know, my registration was a little bit off.
Give us a wiggle, because I think you can't fully appreciate the complexities.
I think it's beautiful. And I don't, you know, it may be one of those things that it's just, it's very, very subtle. And I think if I take a photograph of that up close and put it online and show you, you'll understand what I'm saying. Okay, well, we've got some fabulous stuff here. And we're going to pull this with some, and we need I'm going to just start over here. This is going to be a new one. I'm not going to mess with.
I like this idea. Francis Murdery.
Oh, did you see what just happened there? I just pulled up a big chunk of the...
Oh, yeah, and you're pulling more up.
Damn it.
Sugars.
Angry. Makes me angry.
This is one
that
of the
was
reasons
a rookie move. I needed to set that over there and let it dry. Why? Because I was using open.
That's all right. She'll be all right here in a second. She'll move on. Still kind of like it. I think it has potential.
Ripen.
Just gonna not think about that one for a minute.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. I may be okay with it here in a minute, but right now I'm angry. Oh.
And now we're back.
Yeah. Now if this comes off of here.
Yeah.
You know, this is gel plating. Everything that you think you knew, you can just like that right there, unknow it in 2.5 seconds.
Bye, Diane.
Bye, Diane. Thank you. Okay, I think this is marvelous, darling.
Yeah. That's some good stuff there. I love this. How the swirls kind of come in. I mean, it looks like...
Okay, so don't put it down on your gel plate.
No,
move your gel plate out of the way and then you can...
Yeah.
Because a friend gets mad at me. She says I don't hold them on there long enough. She doesn't get to look at them long enough. I'm doing this because you say that, Fran. It's like I tell Mariah, she says, you just don't listen. I said, I do listen to you. I do listen to you, but, you know, I have a remembering problem, too.
Hey, Abby. She likes
okay,
that.
I love that. I love the way that the circles have now become more of a line design rather than a shape.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that wonderful?
Here, now keep it right there, and I'm going to zoom in even further.
And then can you move it around? Can you move the zoom around?
I can.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay, I like that pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want you to zoom. Don't move your zoom out yet.
Okay.
Because I want to zoom in on that because I don't think people really appreciated how wonderful this really was. And remember, it started out as this orange.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know that I'm going to love this forever, but for right now, I love it. And this thing, I absolutely love. I think it's just, it's a premiere. Okay, what do we got? Let's do something with old pink here.
Old pink.
Old pink. Now, let me see what's pink
that's
is going to require. A larger plate which I can then place this. Okay, that'll be good. Let's do that. Let's do it. Okay, so back to, oh, I threw my color wheel over here. Color wheel. So we've got pink, which pink is like a
red.
Yeah, red.
Basically.
More or less. And then we've got that really pretty blue out there. Kind of a really lovely shade. I guess it would be tint because it's got white in it.
There you go.
So, what's going to happen if we put yellow over it?
There's a lot of agreement on changing the pink.
Bless your hearts. Okay, we could just go with the green. I could go with my...
Francis, what's remembering?
Exactly. That was good, Rand. I like
Good
that.
stuff.
Okay, I could just do my green gold because see it's, and what it's going to do is going to bump up the blue into kind of a more of a blue green, and then it's going to absolutely, hopefully, tone down that pink. And we need to get, you know what? Oh, I'm just thinking, where is that? We're going to do this right on it.
All right. Is that dried up? Whatever blue's on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, that was before, that wasn't the one that I used the open on. It's a smaller one. Okay, we're going to give it plenty of paint here because we don't want to have to come back and oh my gosh, look at that brayer off. Holy moly, isn't that a good, look at that.
That's some good stuff right there.
That's some good stuff. We're going to put that aside. Oh.
I like pink and green together too.
I keep ruffling up the edges here with my arm, and I just irritates the dog do out of me, but I don't know.
I don't know. You want me to come tape you up or something?
I don't know what I want to do here. But I've always got that edge, and it just...
Oh, this is not related to your current clothing. This is just an ongoing...
Yeah, this business here.
Well, you need to be taller or something.
Well, geez, I'll work on that over the weekend. Well, instead I'm exactly the right weight for my height. I just need to be a little taller.
I was like, I don't think you have that right.
Oh, come on, that's some funny stuff.
That's funny. I like that.
That's some funny stuff. And you know, if this doesn't become all that I want it to be, I'll just do something else.
Oh, good stuff. Were you supposed to like flip that over? Well, you couldn't with the mask on.
It's kind of hard to rub on your stencil when it's on the underneath side.
Gotcha.
But every now and then, before I have to think about that.
Yeah.
Because I want to.
Oh. Yeah, weekend chores. Yes. Oh, that's funny. I like that sound. It makes a very interesting sound. Ooh.
Look at that,
Well,
baby.
it would be helpful if you'd put it in the screen.
Well, I will, but I've got some things to do here.
All right.
While it's, you know, you got to make hay while the sun's shining. Can't be lollygagging around in the ditch drinking. You got to move on.
Ah, that's some funny stuff.
Oh, I do love that. Well, while I'm waiting for that to dry.
Well,
Isn't that gorgeous?
I do. I like where that's going.
Oh, Brad, I love this stencil. It just has, because see, you don't get the little fine lines when you have that business going on in the background. But when you do it,
There's less hating on the pink. That's good. That's good.
yeah. And look what we have here. We have a wonderful background to work with.
I'm gonna turn that down there just slightly, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it's not giving up its. So we're gonna let that ripen. That back over here and see if we've got some we can pull here.
Yes, Carrie, they are. Now I think Fran, was it Joy something? But yeah, they're about $30-40. I don't know what that.
What?
The Barons.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the wooden ones.
I'll tell you what, if there's a woodworking person out there, I would love to work with them.
I've been trying to reach out. I'm going to sneeze.
Now, I did discover here in Dallas, there's a place called Iron Frog.
Oh, that's right. We need to reach out to them.
No. $150 for a glass.
Oh, the glass people.
Baron.
Yeah. So see,
So,
wood seems to be the way to go. Thank you, Vanessa.
well, you know what? If
And
I
Lizzie.
if
Hey,
I
Lizzie.
if I didn't have this one, it wasn't perfectly functional, I would be very tempted to buy the glass.
Did you guys notice I put P up at the top?
I'm in timeout.
We changed the positioning.
Oh, this just irks me to no end.
See, now if she would have left that, like, overnight, it probably all would have. Right?
Yeah.
But Fran will be happy with that. She's like, oh, happiness. There you go. You can fill it in. And she's grumpy.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not dealing with that's not enough mappy to make anything interesting.
Lisa, does he have a lathe? We need that.
A what?
Lisa's son used to own a woodworking business.
Yeah, you need a lathe to turn.
Lizzie said she did see that I wasn't in my normal corner. I was telling P about that. She got a chuckle about that.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny.
Oh, she said, Fran says, it's rusty mappy, best of both worlds.
Yeah, well, that rusty mappy is what caused me to have a real
Oh, and then
kertuffle there on the...
Sharon says, round wood ball and flat round wood disc. E6000.
Oh my gosh, look at that tape.
That's good stuff. It's got those furry bits.
Yeah, it's the furry bits.
We call those furry bits.
But those furry bits are what catch you up and cause you to have bad things happen. And I noticed I've got something on this board here. It's making a dent in my plate. Don't want that. No wanty that.
Michelle says the Iron Frog glass barons are beautiful.
Ah, has she seen them?
Oh, and Lisa's son's stuff is in storage. Well, we need him to get it out.
Yeah.
Make us some barons.
Hey, I'm telling you what. If you made a whole load of them, and the number one right now, the really good ones that come from Japan are probably stuck in a ship.
Sugars.
My brand new paper.
Yes, there are Baron DIYs on YouTube. That is true.
There are what?
Remember, we looked at, well, there's some blogs too on how to make your own Baron different ways.
Yeah,
different
yeah,
things.
there are.
You can try to find knobs and,
Yeah,
things.
all of that.
We want a woodworker and we want to PM it.
Yeah, that instead of putting this stamp of whoever those people are, I can't read it, we want to put PM on it.
Yeah.
And, the reason I like this is because it really is perfect for my hand. And, you've got knobs, you've got this and that.
One of the things that you can look at are staircase supplier type people for the, what do you call that thing that dropped on my toe?
Oh, my, yes, newel post.
There we go. Yeah.
All right, I'm giving this a bit of a rub, just simply because I think that it's reached that point where, if it ain't giving up the ghost, I grease that pig up and put it on the spit.
Put it on the spit.
And I love this stuff. And I've told you, I really have noticed
Finial.
Finial.
Because it's really the finial part of the newel post.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Sharon.
Okay. Now this should be a lot more cooperative on the next print.
I needed to come to terms on that and decided that the edges need to be cleaned.
Yeah. So I would like to.
Oh, yeah, air hockey, pusher thing. I wonder, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And if that's what's available to you, I say go for it. But let me tell you what.
Love the wood.
This is worth it because your air hockey thing,
Well, it doesn't have the...
doesn't have a knobby. And I don't know what you're going to do for the knobby. I don't know how you're going to...
Yeah, they do. The air hockey thing does. It's just usually not as bulbous.
Oh, air hockey.
She was thinking puck.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I knew it.
I didn't know how you were going to glue a doorknob on a hockey puck.
Although that probably would work too. And for you hockey fans out there, that'd be a real win-win.
Yeah.
Like, check out my hockey puck, Baron. Check that out.
Okay. All right, here's another print.
Oh, what did you rub on the plate? Did you put the mineral oil?
Mm-hmm.
You should put mineral oil.
I put mineral oil.
We like the one that you buy, like that you use for cutting boards. You can use baby oil. That
yes,
also
it's
works.
food grade, so you don't have to worry about it being toxic or messing you up. I tell you what, after the whole thing with the, there's a lawsuit right now with...
Would you stop talking?
I'm going to talk about it, Mariah. There's a lawsuit against
talcum powder and
talcum powder and people who have ovarian cancer, and they're attributing it to baby powder when they were...
Oh, Fran doesn't know what air hockey... like the table games.
Boom, boom.
It turns on the air, it has little holes in the table thing, and then the little pucky thing slides around. That's air hockey.
So look it up, Fran.
Come on, look it up.
Look it up. Well, I don't know. Oh, here. I've got this
Paperweight with plexiglass. Yeah, even some people use like the candle tops. If you get the right one.
All right, well, see, this is my 8x6.
The glass lid
I
part.
really want something else. What do we got here? Oh, this is the one that I was mad at, which I'm really not anymore. I really kind of like it.
Citrus Solve. No, I would not use that.
I think that has things in it.
That's going to break down. And
you have to remember the properties of your gel plate.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be using chemicals that are going to dissolve your gel plate. That would not be a good thing.
I still think that's very cool. I know you were mad at it, but you can see where it brayered off the...
Well, I just, and this is what happens. When you have expectations prior to, and your expectations aren't met, even though you have something that is truly wonderful, you can't acknowledge that because of your set ideas prior. So don't do that.
Yes, exactly. Only Nat Geo, you can dissolve the magazine pages, not your plate. That is true. Gadgety Mouse says, air hockey paddles have felt on the bottom, but your Baron doesn't. That wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Now, what's going to happen is you'll get paint on the felt at some point.
Yeah. And
so there's that.
It'll be goopy. I've seen the ones that are the Japanese ones with the fabric.
Kathy said that her mother's husband died of ovarian cancer, and she used the baby powder incessantly, way before this became an issue. Such a shame.
Well, there's a class action suit out right now, and I don't know what they put in the baby oil, but I'm assuming the flavor is similar.
She knows. She's going with the smell, not
going
the flavor.
with the smell.
She's not eating it. That would be terrible.
Yeah, but this stuff you can,
Fran's channel is the Fran on the Edge. See, like her name right there, Fran on the Edge. Her and Violet usually live stream on Wednesdays at 2, 3-ish our time. Fran, help me out. That's pretty.
Isn't that just gorgeous?
Do you guys want me to zoom in? I'll zoom.
I don't know. I think it could still use...
I think something would be fun.
Something. I don't... Okay.
Can you flip it the other way? I know it's probably not the right way for the stencil to be on the plate.
Oh, that doesn't
can you
matter.
flip it? Or flip
and
your
make it go
print.
the other way?
Yeah.
All right, but now we need to talk about color.
Oh, this is where it gets...
Okay, well, number one, this needs to dry complete because even though
It's a little
or it'll be pulling off this onto the plate.
like you did on that other.
Yes, like I just did on that other one. You know, rookie move, don't do that. Let them dry completely because that really has a lot to do with the success of your pull. Yeah, I do. I think that one needs something else.
Oh.
And we'll be thinking about the color.
Gold.
Oh, yes.
I think that would, yeah.
Or
That
even-
good call there, Carla.
Even silver.
What if you did a gold to silver? I'm always challenging her to do the, you know.
I think that would be
gradient
wonderful. I
business.
would be willing to do that and do it more horizontal rather than this way because then you have that. And maybe repeat, you know, do this one, this one, this one, this one, and then this one. Yeah.
Yeah, you got 10 minutes. We're going long, I'm sure.
Okay, well, we've got a really pukey.
Hey, if you haven't given this video a thumbs up, this would be awesome. You know, right here towards the end-ish. Actually, we're going to go into overtime. Just warning you on that.
Okay, and sometimes I take the stuff off my plate because I don't think I have enough on there to really, it's going to be, I don't need that as my focal point. So I just, and I like the tape better than washing it with the baby wipes because I think the baby wipes take too much out of, and I'll tell you what, take care of your corners and your corners will take care of you. If you leave those corners down there, that's where your print's going to grab on and that's when you're going to have a big old rip and you're going to be so angry.
Fran says silver to copper.
Oh, that's an idea because we kind of got that red in there anyway.
Or gold to copper.
Gold to copper? Okay, I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
Let's think about our color, what we want to do.
Estella says a color shift color.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Now,
They're probably not going to show up as well on these because the color shifts are pretty transparent. So I think in order for something to make a bigger statement there,
yeah,
you're going to want something like the Goldens or even the Arteza.
You want it more
opaque.
And
Metallics.
what we will do on this is we will put it down on the plate, tissue off so that we just have lines rather than the whole print.
All right, very good question, Mouse. Is it possible to allow the pull to over dry? Like leave it on the plate too long?
No.
No.
You can leave it on there 3 weeks or...
Now what happens is anything that is kind of a heavier imprint or impression will sort of embed into the plate. So it takes a little bit of time for that to then kind of release.
Yeah, to jump back out.
Yeah. And you guys have probably seen that maybe on some of our shorts because there was even that one where I was like, oh my goodness. You could still see the impression of it in the plate. And that's because she'd left it maybe 1 or 2 days because sometimes we forget that there's some over there.
Yeah, I did.
So that's why we know.
Yeah. Seriously. Okay, now we're going to keep using. I just really love this thing.
Okay, Carla. Well, yes, rewatch, come back. Thank you for joining us. How do the color shift paints work? Well, they have, I mean, it depends on which ones that you're talking about, but they tend to be more transparent, so you're not going to get a lot of oomph out of them. And then depending on what color it is, then they shift to different colors. So that, you know, some of them will have like a gold to red or a blue to, what's kind of blue to green are some of them. But,
And that's kind of how I pick them. Is I look at it and I see, okay, well, what do you see there in the shimmer? Well, this one's mostly blue. But now this one is more pink. Can you see it? Can you see it?
So Robin says the lawsuit is about contamination in the talc, not talc per se.
Oh.
She says, let's be informed. Fair enough.
Thank
Agreed.
you, Robin.
Agreed. All right, you got the color shift golden ones. They have the color shift for the golden are more iridescent. they have the more of the violet blue, but they are, yeah, they have the different ones. We have the chart.
Yeah.
We should bust out, we'll bust out with the chart here in a second, because then we'll know on that one. Undertones, yes, the undertones of the color shifting. And they vary.
Yeah.
They shift depending on the color as well.
Yeah. Okay, well, as you can
Ooh.
see, I'm mixing up my color here.
No, we have not.
What?
Gadgety Mouse. She says, have you ever tried the heat-sensitive paints? The ones that change color with
Oh, no.
No, but that sounds really cool and
Sounds
fun.
wonderful.
Are they acrylics? I would assume they're acrylics. That's
All right,
some,
lots and lots of paint here.
yeah, and lots of
Oh, look at that.
browny, kind of greenish. It feels.
Well, I'm going to put it on top
I
of the...
know. Looks very umber.
I don't know why I'm getting this weird line out here. But I'm loving the striation.
Well, that matches your green that you got on. It's kind of leaning in that direction. Acrylic paint is the only thing. No, you can use a lot of different things on the gel plate. It's just acrylic paint is what we use the most. And we've done some sprays. You can do the alcohol inks. We don't really mess with those because, again, with the Mariah's favorite, the umber. Is it burnt or is it raw? I'm not going to tell a joke. She gets mad at me. Bye, Tunder. Oh, good, good. I'm glad that you got a little bit of a relaxing time.
Yes, and we have missed you.
Ah, and Cindy is back. Full belly. Very good. We like everybody to be fed and happy.
Yeah, I wish somebody would feed me. Look at that. Isn't that marvelous, darling?
That was pretty
And then we
cool.
have, oh, and I'll tell you what. Sometimes I'm just so brilliant. I just absolutely
If she doesn't say so herself.
surprise myself with my decision making.
Did you line that
And
up?
other time, I wish I had this on the board so we could see it.
Oh, Teresa Hartman says, do not use Kool-Aid on the gel plate. There you go.
Oh, good to know. What?
What were they? Hypercolors? I had some. Remember those hypercolor shirts? And they worked great, like when you first bought
Izzy
them.
has some that we got at the
Oh, she has a
botanical-
frog thing, yeah, that's on the front. But she
That's
says,
great.
oh goodness, I remember a heat-sensitive fabric dye. It's very embarrassing wearing a heat-sensitive t-shirt. Oh my goodness, the flashbacks. Yes, there's just, if you had some hot spots, yeah, there might be some.
Yeah. I'm just one walking hot spot, so, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, look at the wonderful Fran. You see this stuff we got going on here? Woo, woo, woo.
Put that print back up there, though, for a second.
Oh,
or
sorry.
do you need to?
Let me get both of these back in here, because one is the ghost pool. And this, you know, I had a lot of paint out there. You saw that. I brayered off quite a bit of it. But you need that in order to get that stuff going on. And I got a hangy downy that's messing me up. I have to let that dry before I mess with it. That plate. Okay.
Yes, golden does have, well, they're not colored, are they called colored shifts? The golden ones. Here, pull the little, can you pull the color chart thing behind
sure.
you? Because it has them listed on there. They're iridescents. I don't know that they are, do they call them color shift? I can't remember. I just can't remember. Sorry, guys. But here, we have the chart.
They're called they call theirs interference.
There we go. That's the word. I was trying to,
And, you know, basically, they're almost the same thing. I would expect from Golden a little higher quality in the way they brayer on.
yeah, and the
But
pigments.
other than that, I say go with the cheap stuff.
And yeah, certainly if you're just kind of playing.
Because it's a novelty thing anyway. It's not like, yeah.
She thinks
I want
it's
some of this stuff. This really
thick stuff.
thick stuff.
Yeah.
And I have some of this, which I don't ever remember to use it.
Oh, yeah,
Micaceous.
yeah, that stuff's pretty cool.
Micaceous iron oxide.
But it has some trickiness to it as well.
It does, and I so far I really haven't figured out a good way to use it on the plate. It kind of comes.
And it takes a little while for it to dry. Or is that the Arteza carbon one?
No, this is the high fluid. I would imagine that heavy body in this would take forever to dry.
Because it's thick.
Yeah, it's really thick.
Oh.
Really, really thick. Okay. Well, I'll put that back there and dig it out of the pot.
Interference.
Okay, now.
Exactly, and that's why even on their chart they have it over the black.
Yeah.
They work best on the dark colors.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you don't really see it that much unless you do like a super shifty thing.
Now, I haven't, my plate will be ready here in a moment so that I could do it.
Randy says, how long does it take to get good at it? Good at this? Well, you know.
Good at what?
I guess gel printing.
Oh. Oh, I think that the reason gel printing appeals to me a lot is because if I figured something out, I get bored with it very quickly. And I've been doing this for over a year now.
Well, I think we're coming up on like 2.
2? There's still wonder and excitement in it because there's just so many different, things that you can do with it.
Yeah, exactly, Chris. It depends on how long you play with it. Like, Pete does this almost every day.
Yeah, I do.
And we're always trying to figure things out.
And approach it because Fran has said, I sure hope Pete comes up with some new material because I'm getting kind of bored with this.
And then you do kind of sit there and look at the stacks of prints and you're like, okay, now we need to make a book or something.
Yeah. I don't worry about what I'm going to do with them. And in fact, some of them stand alone as works of art. Really, honestly, that one that I showed you earlier today, that will definitely be matted and framed. And I'm not ready to give that up yet. Yeah.
And Carrie says he loves it because it's you can't control it. I mean, there are certain things that you can start to hone in on, but just this thing, that's what P said, just as soon as she thinks she's really got it down and can replicate something, then it's like, oh, well, the weather changed. Can't pull that today like that. It was, pulling yesterday.
And it really is true. And I would love to mess with these some more, and I will. But, caution, they need to be completely dry, or you will be transferring the paint on your
You saw what happened with that other one.
To your gel plate. And both of these, I can tell you right now, are sticky. So, that's the upside and downside of using the open paint. You're going to have longer dry times, but the advantage is you can maneuver and manipulate whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
What you got going on over there?
Well,
now we are at noon, if
Noonish?
Noonish here.
Okay, well, let me pull this one. It should be fairly.
How many plates have we gone through? Oh, probably.
Look at that.
That's pretty groovy. That's the Pacon paper, isn't it?
It is. And I do love this paper. Now, I left a little on the ends there, but I'm not really concerned about that right now. I'm going to put that aside. That will have more things done to it. But I wanted to do this for some of you who say, oh my gosh, it's black, it's too dark. Not to worry. Hey, we're going to bust out our new stuff here.
Usually she kind of rotates about, 5 plates, typically.
But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
That seems to be a workable, while one's drying, I can use another one. And, I don't have I don't have any shares of stock in gel plate. Oh my gosh, look what I just did.
Oh, you contaminated your pot.
Poop.
Oh, this is very sweet. So, Fran said she did worry that people might get bored with her doing gel
Oh my
prints.
gosh, Fran, are you kidding me?
We love watching Fran. It's hilarious. It's
I mean,
awesome.
even if I watch reruns of you just to get chuckles and grins.
Because it's like,
No.
how is she getting those poles? We don't know.
I really, I look at them and I watch them.
We're like, that would never happen here.
I'm like, what is her secret? How's she doing that?
Yeah.
This is driving me crazy. I need to know.
But she said then nobody could be bored with you. That's so sweet.
Oh, well, that is really sweet. But I do. I mean, I think about it. I really, honestly do. What did I do?
Oh, yeah. Gadgety Mouse. Mouse, you could heat dry them over off to the side. Your prints. She does not like the blow dryer. Yeah, you just.
No, I don't do that.
Did you mess that up?
Yeah, a little bit.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Let's see here. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Oops, I think I missed something there. Oh, she put some paint on last night. I couldn't get it off today. Tried all sorts. Did you put your paper down on it? Or was it just you let the print dry? You got to get it really heavy, too. Oh, that's awesome.
Now look at that. Saved it. That is what I'm talking about.
Jelly.
That is what I am talking about.
Carrie?
I wish I had another dark something here to... And I don't. Oh well. C'est la vie.
Oh,
You know.
hey, Kathy. I think you might be Henderson. Yes, hello. Welcome.
I'm just going to go ahead and do this as a
Yes. No.
resist.
She says, is that the tar gel krill? No, well, it's Luca's krill. Was the Titan Buffy kind of stuff that she mixed in some retarder with it to make
Yeah,
it.
because
it
and
dries
I
so
will
quick.
show you the thing here. I buy and the reason I bought these originally, and I think it was either Mo or Fran that said you won't like that paint. They were right.
It was Mo.
It was Mo.
She still cracks up about that.
And I don't know, we got in some kind of argument with somebody on there that says, well, I just love my Lucas Krill. And I said, well, I'm just happy that you love them. I don't love them.
Okay, there you
It's,
go.
you know, it's a personal, it's like the register. You know, if you use as complicated registration system as you want to, that's not my style. I'm not
It
dissing.
flusters her.
I'm not dissing that you want to do that. Go right ahead. You know, knock yourself out. If it fits in with your style.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I guess you won't know until you try it. And you may love it. I don't love it.
Oh, so Randy's asking, question
This is
for
chalky. If you like chalky finishes, this is the one for
Fran.
you.
Yes. But works great with a little bit of retarder in it. But
Retarder, and this time I used, where's that print? Here, let's look at it. Let's examine it. Look at that. See that nice little bit of sheen? And you can see...
Randy, they can last for years.
What?
The plates.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
They're not. Now, if you are making your own plates, those are the ones that I think sometimes tend to get kind of ooky and
Yeah, and you
need
melt
to
them down and start
over or whatever.
I just have never... That's not my gig.
That's a lot of upkeep for us.
Yeah,
We're not good at that.
and it's very hot in Dallas, and I live upstairs, and if I stored stuff over there by the window, it would melt.
Yeah, there would be like
Yeah.
some figuring out where to put it.
Yeah. But
Hello, Marilyn. Welcome.
this is what you get when you're printing on a print. You get those nice little mucky marks because your paint has texture. And this one has a lot of texture because this is about layer number 6.
Uh-huh.
So, was that a question? Did somebody ask that, or did I just...
I think you just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure that you talked about that.
Okay, this is not coming up, which is really great because here we can do something. This is really dry. Okay, so I learned something.
Did you add tar gel to that? That's
I
what
add
Fran.
tar
Okay,
gel.
see, Fran was listening, and I'm like, "What is Fran talking about the tar gel?" And I'm like,
I added tar gel to this. I did not add any retarder
so
because I
that
thought
didn't
I
do the
already
same.
had some in there.
It didn't.
But
do
now, look what we've got. We've got a completely dry, wonderful... Look at that.
layer 1 style batik.
And we're going to pull that baby because we,
Oh goodness.
Okay, here we go. What are we going to use? What are we going to use?
Yes, and that is exactly right, Chris. Like, you give them a lovely little massage of the mineral oil, and then it kind of re-ups the plate, makes it happy.
Yeah.
And that's for, like, the gel press. Now, I don't know about the Jelly Arts, because I read through their website, and I didn't see anything. Now, some of you guys might be able to answer that a bit better that own the Jelly Arts plates. We do not. And I couldn't find on their site anywhere. I didn't do a, hard deep dive. But I did search the internet a bit. And they only say just to wipe theirs up with like, a baby wipe. But no conditioning. I just didn't see that, but I could be wrong. It happens. Do you want me to put that lid on?
Oh, these damn lids.
Sugar lids.
Sugar lids. Okay. Here we go. Now, we do not want to make the rookie mistake of dragging our brayer across there and grabbing a whole bunch of stuff. Remember when we did that a while ago? That I was very angry about that?
She's bringing y'all into it. It's the universal we.
Remember that?
Remember that?
Remember? That's what Izzy used to say. Remember, Gigi? I said, well, I kind of do. Help me out here. What am I remembering?
Well, I think you should have put a little bit more paint, but...
I probably should have. This is going to be interesting, though. All right, well, that was not an open paint.
What did I tell you the other day? I said you put down paint like you're doing a 5x7 on an 8x10.
I sometimes have trouble making that move from, but this is going to dry pretty rapidly. And here,
I was like, why am I not seeing anything in the chat? I needed to move it.
See? Can you see it? Can you see it? And of
It's-
course, I've got these mucky stuffs on the edges there, and nothing out in the middle is mucky. I'm always, that's okay. That's okay. Oh, I think that's gorgeous. I love this side better than the other side.
There you go. Awesome. Awesome, awesome.
Well, we're just going to up the ante.
They're pretty resilient. I mean, now if you put some pokey stuff on it, and try to stay away from sharp things.
Yeah.
That's kind of mean. Oh, Jelly Arts themselves told Robin about using the mineral oil. Well, they should put that on their website. You
Yeah,
should
they
tell
should.
them that, Robin.
Yeah.
Because I didn't find it on their website. And their blog is very hard to read. They have kind of a crazy background. If they need some website help, just let me know.
Mariah can help them with that. You might mention that when you get a hold of them, Rob.
Yes, that would be
That
awesome.
you know somebody that can help them out with their crappy website.
Yeah, their blog that's very hard to read.
Buy
the oil at the pharmacy. Yes, you can totally do that. You can definitely do that. You can even get it, I think, at the dollar store for super cheap, the mineral oil.
Yeah, I don't know that you can get the food grade.
No. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Now, if you go to the pharmacy, the reason that they use that, I think it was Fran that used it for laxative.
And she never remembers who says
I don't remember. I just remember somebody said, it's a laxative, and I'm like,
And
oh,
said that.
yeah. Well, heck yeah. It's like castor oil.
Sandy Shearer, she says she made her own plate. She keeps it in the fridge to prevent the mold. Yeah, I've heard, a lot of people, I've seen that, people talking about that.
Yeah. I'm happy for y'all to do that. I just don't want to do that.
She just...
And I have a 4-year-old that would be involved in the process and drive me absolutely
she'd be all...
bad.
She likes to poke at the plates anyway.
Yeah.
She said it was fun chemistry experiment, but would not bother with it again.
Kind of what I thought, this is like tie-dye times 10. And, and measuring and getting... I don't know. This is really weird looking.
It is kind of weird looking.
It's weird looking, and I don't know if it's going to be weird wonderful or just weird. But we're not going to know because I just used it needs to ripen.
And I think the Ranger plates are gel press. We've figured that out in the last couple streams, I believe.
Okay, see what I'm doing here? I'm cracking the edges because this has a lot of gook.
Darcy has made her own, but she does prefer the store-bought ones. There you go.
I think a lot of times people do it because they want a really big, huge.
Yes. Like some kind of weird size or some things. Or it's just some people like to make their own stuff. Oh, March Madness. I'm so glad you asked. Thanks, Mouse. March Madness starts on March 17th. We will be going live 2 times a day, except for our Sundays, which will be just the one main stream like we do. On Thursdays, one of the streams will be the Thursday Thoughts, so that will be the unlisted, so you will want to be in the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. So it will be from March 17th through the 31st, and we will be streaming most days twice a day. So at that 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. There you go.
Well, it looks like forest floor camouflage.
That's right. On St. Patrick's Day, we will be starting.
Oh, is that right?
That. Yes.
We're going to have corned beef, cabbage,
Yes, I think
and carrots, and
I don't know if castor
potatoes.
Does castor oil go off? Does it get weird?
I would say it could become rancid, and you'll be able to tell by the smell.
Some oils
I know
do.
that
Sesame oil does.
cod oil, because I had some that I had to throw away because it just about made me puke. It smelled like, you know.
Yeah, okay. Stuff. And
Stuff.
things and, you know.
Yeah. That. Hey, look at this. This is just, I think that this is interesting as a background.
Yeah.
I can see some,
Sharon says she does not hate the brown.
I don't hate the brown either.
Kind of looks intestinal.
I think that it might be some, really with some reddish gold on there in my little, because see, I've got the little version.
Hello, Susie. Welcome. She says glycerin attracts water and keeps things soft. I think the mold, the mold likes to eat it. To prevent mold, you would need something like alcohol or antiseptic essential oils. I've seen people talk about that, and I kind of wondered. That
Makes
was really
perfectly good sense.
Thank you, Susie.
Thank you for putting that in there.
Yeah.
I know some stuff, but there's a lot of stuff I don't know.
That is true.
And you can't know what you don't know.
True that. I don't know what I don't know unless you let me know.
I think that's going to be good on that.
Castor oil does become rancid, Susie says.
Ah.
All right. Confirmation there.
I use castor oil as ointment for my eyes at night. Because the stuff that I was using that was prescribed by my ophthalmologist had petroleum jelly in it. And I'm like, I'm putting oil in my eye? I don't think so.
So, there you go.
So I just looked it up, and somewhere I saw that, and I tell you what.
Copper.
Copper.
Getting requests for copper.
I
I'm going to try to keep her on track here.
I agree. Okay, I'm going to separate these.
Awesome. Thank you, Christy. Appreciate you coming by.
We still have hanger-oners here? I mean, are we losing our audience?
Are we losing? I don't know.
Well, you know we have this down as entertainment, y'all.
Yeah.
You can start applauding anytime. Oh, God, that's so bad. Okay, what is this? Let's see. Yep, that's it. Okay, well, we'll just leave that right there. I don't know. All right, y'all.
Hey,
I really want to do this right now, but this is still a little tacky. Can you see those little places? Can you hear it?
Oh, yes, it's still sticky.
It's not like it's super wet, but it's not dry. And this will be a problem. But now this other booger here. This
all right,
one.
And Carrie made a request of maybe an opaque orange on the brown, which the copper would be very
much so, because the copper I would probably use, Carrie, would be one of these here, these Art Decos, which, you know, probably lean towards this one because it has a little more oomph to it. But these are very transparent. And I have it in
this
golden.
This is opaque. Yeah, I think opaque. I think you need to make more of a statement on that.
Oh.
Personally.
I was thinking more of a shimmer.
Or what would be cool is if you could fade it down. Take the more opaque and then go down into your other.
I don't know that would be worth the hassle of doing it.
Hey, we got a lot of people still here checking in. Hello, Kelly. Yes, she's here. Deb's still
Okay,
here.
well, this isn't the right plate for this, but the other one's over there doing something else. I don't remember what. But anyway, we know this is dry because I pulled this print, I don't know, days ago.
All right, Susie says baby oil is mineral oil. Yep, we do know that. It's inorganic, so mold won't grow in it. That's one of the reasons to condition your plate. That is why it's good for cleaning and moisturizing of the gel plates. It makes stuck paint slide off and seal the pores down.
Yeah.
Porous surface. All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
There we go.
And I think this one, I did grease up.
Thank you, Teresa.
I did grease up all my smaller prints. All right. Now, what, an opaque, a translucent orange is what I want to use here. I've got this one, and it's semi.
That's the caution orange. Hunter's.
I've got this one,
The other cheddar.
which I didn't, this is, totally transparent. Okay, so what I know is going to happen here is the white areas are going to be this orange. But where it goes over the blue, it's going to create yellow and blue make green. How about that? Now, another option would be to go with the, my raspberry. It's not raspberry, red violet. And that would make purple.
I like that idea.
You like that idea?
I do.
What if we mix these together?
I think fantastic. Try not to bray them like to oblivion and do a little.
I am
fading.
brayering them to oblivion, Mariah. God. I told her, I said, you know what? I think you should get over here and pull some gel prints.
Hey, you know what?
So that you'd have more.
Brad says he wants to try. I know.
I'm excited about that.
I know. I could probably. I'll go down and hang out with Izzy, and I'll bring Brad up, and you guys can. We'll work that out maybe during one of the streams.
I think that would be. That would be wonderful.
Because he has some ideas. He says.
Well, I think that's great.
I have ideas. I just like to tell you how to do it.
I'm really excited that he wants to do it.
I know.
I really am. Nobody else is interested. Van thinks it's... I think he thinks it's just a childish, whimsical thing I have going here. And
it does.
I'll grow out of it any day now.
Well, it's been 2 years, like I said. I think it's been 2 years. Pretty sure.
All right, Mariah, I'm not brayering to oblivion, but I do need to get my striations out so that it doesn't look like, the wind was blowing when we applied the paint.
Oh, goodness. So, the gel plate with the paint on it, yeah, that's, and then the square behind it is the acrylic plate.
Yeah.
So that way she can kind of register if she wants to. That's what we were saying earlier on, that it'd be nice if she had one for all the plates because we were using these other acrylic sheets, but you can't see through them.
Isn't that great? Yeah. They're for photo whatever.
Although she didn't register that.
I didn't, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. I couldn't because I had the stencil on.
Yes, orange is definitely going to make the blue kind of brown. That was...
I know, but see, it still has the little areas where it... Look at that! Oh my God, isn't that wonderful?
That's very Batik-like right there.
Oh.
Partially, the stencil is helping with that sort of idea of that look.
Yeah, and I was trying to find another one over here that will... look. This is pretty non-committal. Now we're going to do a bit of registering here. This is how I register.
She's threatening. to register.
I'm registering. I'm going to hold this down very tightly. I'm going to flip this back. And I'm going to take this off.
Again,
on,
loose registration here.
What
as good as it gets over here. you go.
Well, the background had been a little
Now,
more.
if you did a light blue over that,
Over this?
I think that would be pretty nifty. In fact, like, you know, this one. I don't know how much it's going to brown out your orange because it's the color shift, but it might be.
Well, we don't really care. I like brown. Okay, this is, well, maybe not. I don't know. Oh, well, we already started.
Yeah, you're in it.
We're committed.
Paint's down.
Paint's down.
This is like
Just
making...
don't get excited about dragging your brayer across that kind of sort of wet paint.
Yeah, don't get too rough. It's probably blurring out
I'm
some of
just
it.
kissing the surface. And it's going to be kind of, you know, like you see the...
Mazzy's barking at the zombies. It's going to be interesting. I don't know. I like the idea of it.
Yeah, sometimes the idea and the rest, kind of like goats. I like goats.
You have to feed them. They're kind of stinky. They eat
a
lot of things.
It's like when other people have really cute children and you can go and visit them, enjoy them, and then you can go home and have a good night's sleep.
Yes. Do you have brayers like paintbrushes? Too many. Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
Love it. It's just enough murky, kind of messed it up enough. But you've got some interesting lines and designs going on out there. Oh, yeah, I like that.
No, it's nice to have a couple of brayers because they do get kind of, you know...
Oh, here, and that reminds me. I was going to show Fran my brayer storage method.
Fran says, but not on that lovely print. Let's see here. Dang.
Okay, so somebody wanted to know how I stored them. Well, this is a hydrogen peroxide bottle, and it's filled with these little things.
For the weight.
And it's not because it's what I had. I mean, you could use rock, you can use whatever's heavy enough that keeps it from tipping over and falling out. But this, see this?
Because she lets the paint build up, and I don't know if you guys know, but there's lots of talk of how these wonderful brayer skin paint skins. So if you let them build up.
So see? And I can still get little red in here.
So Robin was with Fran, and then Fran says, oh, well, there's nothing like courage on the print.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to be willing to give up what's there.
Yeah.
For what could be. And, you know.
True that.
I'm going to use this one for a while.
All right, are you going to check the prints that you got over there?
Oh,
and then
yes,
we
I
may
am.
say goodbye, or we may not. I don't know. I'm just going to pull those ones that are sitting over there ripening. They're either going to be shorts
there
or...
There might be some green bananas.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, now this was the last one we did.
All right, so Robin, yes, good call. It was like, whew.
What?
On that print. Yeah, I thought it was going to kind of blur out and but it was a good call.
Yeah, it was.
That was a happy one.
Yeah.
Sometimes not so much.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of open paper on there.
Yeah.
When you have open paper, you have that luxury of pulling it because the paper is absorbing it. And oh my goodness.
Looky there.
Isn't that lovely? Oh, this is such a good place to stop. Usually
Yeah.
I stop when I've got a whole bunch of messy stuff on, you know.
Yeah, we love it when a good print happens towards the end there. We're like, yeah, we probably should, yeah.
Oh, you should feel it. It feels so wonderful.
Here, I'll zoom in.
And look at these, look at the edges. Oh, Fran, isn't that beautiful? Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, there we go. Let's call that then.
Just love it. But I'm so excited, y'all. Do you want to watch Brad learn how to gel plate?
Yeah, let us know. Come back. Leave that in the comments. Remember, if you want to be entered into the 3,000 subscriber giveaway, there's still that chance because we haven't hit it yet. Be sure to come back. Leave in the comment section. If you are outside of the U.S., please let me know that you are outside of the U.S. if you are not a part of our Facebook group, you should come back. That information is all down in that description box. There's going to be a lot of information, even the types of papers and things, some affiliate links. You know, we love it when you use those. Helps us out. No extra cost to y'all. Let's see. Our website information is all there. This stencil will be listed this afternoon. If it isn't already, I can't remember if we put it up yet or not. I know I took the pictures, but it'll be up later.
Yeah.
So there
Shelly Jelly.
Shelly Jelly. Jelly Shelly.
Jelly
Jelly
Sh-
Shelly. I
Jelly
didn't want
Sh-
another S because we have so many stencils that start with S's.
Really?
So I put it Jelly Shelly. That I do know. There we go. Teresa, come back. Leave it in the comments. Doesn't count in the chat. The chat does not count because I can't really come back. I mean, I can come back, but it's ridiculous. I can't pull the information. It's a lot easier to pull the comments from the comment section below. So you'll have to come back once you are able to come back to this video or come back to some of the earlier ones. That will get you extra entries into the giveaway. There's a whole box of things. Makers, all that business. March Madness, it starts on the 17th.
Up.
That's right. So, and there's the lovely prints here. I'll back out so you can kind of see a little bit more of those. And that, I think, is pretty much it. If you haven't given the video a thumbs up, please do that. Share, like it. Share it with your friends. Put it in a group. We love that. That's awesome.
I do not
That is very
know
helpful to us.
why.
And then, if not, we'll see you guys either Thursday or next Sunday. Or, no, because we're going to start Thursday. We'll be seeing you more days this coming week.
Oh, here's some
It's
more
exciting.
prints that I didn't get to, y'all.
See, it always happens that way.
Next week.
Next week.
I didn't get to old pinky purple here. I didn't get to the. I'm gonna do some awesome stuff with this. Can't decide if I want this tight one.
Oh, goodness. See, I'm just going to cut her off. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Thank you.